was in a cell by myself for 23 hours. And a lot of reflection in that time. I'll tell you that, a lot of reflection. But you know, when I got sent home, to be honest with you, I didn't really, it didn't really faze me at the start, and I kept painting. You know, like I went up yeah, like I was up, you know, painting trains in Brizzy, flying over to
No way.
flying over to New Zealand, doing whole cars in New Zealand. It was crazy, man. We walk in this yard, and again, there's like MOA tags and
So much history.
Yeah, man, and it's we're in this. We see the cleaner walk off, and it's like let's go. It was mad. So 3 panels our first night, and beers and bikes, and very very nice welcoming to Copenhagen, which is became my second home. And I fucking look up, and there's a guy maybe like 2 meters away from me, 2 meters, running full pelt at me. Fucking I shit myself. I got up, I start running, and I look back, and he's like that close behind me. I fucking threw my bag at him. full of paint, yeah. I ditched everything, threw it at him, and obviously that kind of slowed him down. I ran, fell down a hill, jumping fences. Cops were fucking everywhere. I hidden, God knows where, a playground for like 2 hours. Called my mate, you know. So he hit the legs. We ran down some driveways and jumped a few back fences and ended up in like a fucking bush in a park. And we're hiding in this fucking bush, and we can hear the cops walk around, flashlights everywhere, and my mate starts getting fucking allergies from one of the plants or something, but his nose starts running, he's getting watery eyes, and he's trying not to sneeze. It was all good, like they didn't find us, you know.
I was going to say, did he sneeze and then you got busted?
No sniffer dogs or anything, but you're like, you shut the fuck up, you don't fucking sneeze.
Changes, because I've been swapping and changing fucking all these different cameras and trying to figure out what's better, because I don't want to spend fucking $2,000 on a camera.
No, exactly. No, it's going good, man. So like when I saw this backdrop on the last one, I was like, fuck, he's stepping it up. You know? So it's good. It's good, man. Every time, yeah, well, maybe not every time, but you know, it's gonna.
Got to get a fresh beer for this one.
Yeah.
This time I don't have a can, so I've got to fucking use one of these bad boys.
There you
probably
go.
didn't even hear that one. Cheers, mate.
Cheers.
Today we have Mr. Avoid on the podcast today. So it's a couple of people have been mentioning, oh, you only get fucking, you know, the inner city, a couple of Westie boys. Where's some cunts from the fucking eastern suburbs? So you know what, people, today we have Avoid. So welcome to the pod, mate.
Thanks, sir. Thanks for having me.
All good, man. Yeah, I remember you from back in the day. I've seen all your panels and stuff overseas, your pieces. It's a very different style to the typical public style. But
Yep.
we'll get into the graffiti stuff a bit later. But let's just start off with where you grew up and how you came about.
Yeah. Spent most of my younger years down in Bondi, around that area. Went to primary school down there, and then we moved out to Maroubra, in the housing commissions at Maroubra, and yeah, that's right. And yeah, just sort of floating around the east, from La Perouse to Vaucluse, floating around the east for my up into my 20s.
Yeah, right. So commission area, pretty rough back then. What years are we talking?
Early 2000s. Late 90s, early 2000s. Yeah, it was a lot different to what it was now. Definitely around the Lexo area. If anyone knows, Bilga, Lexo, Nama, all those areas. Yeah, it was good. Yeah, it was pretty rough. Yeah, but it's definitely gentrified now. It's a lot better than it used to be. Yeah.
It's the same with every person I've spoken to. It's all $1 million areas now, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, were the Bra Boys a kind of thing back then in that time? Because that's peak. Yeah. That's peak when that movie kind of came out, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I think the movie came out maybe, I can't even remember. Maybe
2004, maybe.
Oh, I don't even remember. I think it came out after the incident down the beach where the guy got thrown off the cliff. Those boys are a bit older than me. They were involved in that, or Kobe in that. But
Yeah, okay.
yeah, there's heaps of Bro Boys been around forever. They've been around for like 50
Yeah.
years, or 40 years or something like that. So, but when I was young, hanging down the beach down Maroubra, they were just surfing and hanging out and partying. It's not like they're not what I experienced when I was young anyway. Not organized crime or any of that. Nothing out in the open anyway. So no dramas, no dramas.
Yeah. Did you get into surfing or anything when you moved there? Or how old
Nah,
were you
nah,
when
nah.
you moved there?
12 when I moved out there.
Oh, perfect.
Nah, so I was into skateboarding. I
Ah,
used to skate, yeah. So Maroubra Skate Park was getting built as I sort of moved there. So
oh,
hung down there for a few years, and you're going across the city everywhere, going over to Manly at a skate park, going to the city, skating New Old, Cannonball, Mount Martin Place, all over the pit, all over the place, yeah. So and Bondi,
yeah.
of course, yeah.
So how good did you get with skateboarding, mate? Can you pop a kickflip like I say to every other cunt that gets on this
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
podcast?
yeah, yeah. Yeah, actually, I was a street skater. Yeah,
Oh,
so
yeah,
I
they're the best
competed.
skaters, I
Yeah,
reckon, in my opinion.
yeah, 360 flips, tray or
Oof.
whatever, like hard flips, pressure flips, all that sort of stuff, stairs, rails. Yeah, I was a street skater. So a lot of riders, a lot of boys, that ride, that used to skate. Heaps of boys. So I met a lot of them in the city, even though I didn't paint with them a lot over the years, but met a lot of the guys in the city. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say fucking probably 50% of people I've had on here are like, oh yeah, I started graffiti in skate parks. I'm like,
Yeah,
fuck,
I
there's a
think
common theme here.
it goes hand in hand, right? You're out catching trains, public transport. You're out doing stupid shit, so you're not picking up a can or a texter. But that's not necessarily how it started for me. But yeah, definitely ran amok with tagging when I was skating for sure.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, skateboarding things. It's funny, eh? Like, I had no interest in. I guess I was doing like BMX riding and shit, but nothing too hectic. But I guess just
yeah,
getting out of the house, you don't get that much these days with like fucking iPads and all the rest of it. So most cunts are just watching. Most kids are just watching TikTok and fucking Instagram and not seeing the real world.
it's
Um, but there is
yeah,
there is a lot of kids now doing that stuff, which is cool. So
yeah.
yeah, it's a common thing, man. And then yeah, so when you were a kid, were you like a bit of a quiet kid? Were you a bit more kind of rebellious or kind of thing, or what do you?
I think in my like young years, I think I was a good kid, in my young years. And not quite, definitely not quite. Diagnosed with ADHD when I was pretty
Of
young.
course, you're a boy.
Yeah, yeah, of course, yeah, yeah. But and a few other things. So
Yeah,
yeah, a lot of issues in school, in the later primary school years, and then high school was just a fucking washout. So yeah, started tagging in primary school.
yeah, okay. So run me through when you're going through like the later years in your like your teenage years. Like obviously, yeah, you had the ADHD thing, and then
Yeah.
I guess that wouldn't have, I don't know if it improved or not, but when you get older, you start doing some fucking crazy shit. Like, did
I think
you?
I think yeah, I think what like with that is that you tend to hyper focus on things that you like. You know what I mean? Or for me
Yeah, of
anyway.
course.
So hyper
Mm,
focused on when I was skating, hyper focused on the graph, hyper focused on things in my early 20s, So it's definitely a bit of a hidden superpower, I feel, in some ways. So if you can lock in and you enjoy something, or for me anyway, I really commit. And man, the first book that I read from cover to cover as an adult was a Saber book, Saber,
oh yeah,
MSK. Yeah,
yeah.
first book cover to cover, because I was interested, because I cared, So yeah, yeah,
Yeah, so
yeah,
anyone that doesn't know that Saber guy, I'm pretty sure he did that fucking canal piece that you could see
yep,
from space.
yep. That's the one. Yeah, yeah, yeah. In a way, yeah, exactly. It took, I think in the book said it took him like over a week or 2 weeks or something. With roller tags and all this sort of stuff. Crazy shit happened when he was trying to do it, because back then it was. I mean, I don't know about now, but it was pretty fucking rough area. So yeah, pretty good
Yeah.
book. Pretty good book. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Fuck, I didn't even know there was a book, but fuck, I just remember
Yeah,
seeing all these pieces and just being like, what the fuck? This guy's done a piece that you can see from space. But
yeah.
I guess being a young fella, you'd be like, fuck, I want to get into this shit. How does he do that? Is that what happened to
Yeah.
you?
Nah, I wouldn't say so. For me,
Hmm.
I started writing in primary school. So I had a mate of mine who we used to walk to school, and see, you see tags along the way. You semi pay attention, you semi don't when you're young, and obviously someone goes for a bomb, it's quite obvious. And back then, even around the east, they weren't buffing back then, or not frequently anyway. So, man, the streets were fucking hammered with, Nope, Nope KOC, Licks, Amsky, fuck, he was up everywhere. US, double OS or double O dollar signs.
TNS.
Yeah, 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 yeah. There was fucking the WFC boys. Yeah, there was a lot of yeah. So anyways, yeah. So on the way to school, watching tags and stuff, and one day my mate just called me in the bathrooms at school, and there was a tag on the wall, which it was like a tag we saw out in the street, Lotto, LOTOE, and and I was like, what the fuck? We saw that on the street. And he's like, yeah, that's me. Full just making it up. And he just copied, he just completely did it on the wall. And he showed everyone. And then within a week, the toilets were bombed. Everyone had a tag, all just toy shit, complete toy shit. We're like 11 years old. And we all got done. We got done. Someone dobbed on us. We had to, yeah, exactly. We all got suspended. And we had to pay to paint the toilets again because we destroyed it. We absolutely destroyed the toilets. And everyone stopped, of course, except for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
So that
bro.
guy
So
fully corrupted your school.
yeah, yeah. So then just kept tagging into high school and yeah, big a lot of riders at my school, big history of riders at my school. So at my high school that is. So yeah, just sort of went from there.
Yeah. So what type of riders went to your school? Is there any ones that are relevant today, or they all kind of dropped off and you just kept going like a
Oh, well, I think some people might think they're relevant. So
yeah.
There's writers that are still very active today. Yeah. So I think when I went to school, the older boys, and I'm sure it was in a lot of places, would try to fucking put shit on the younger boys. So me being one of the younger, of course, so I'm starting, getting out there, racking, painting, up to no good, running into a lot of problems from the older boys, a lot of pushback. But yeah, there's a lot of good lads too. A lot of good lads. So yeah, a
So
mixture of riders. Yeah, from older before I even started, we had like Nope KOC went to our school. So when I started high school,
ah,
these tags were everywhere. You had people like Hurl. I'm not sure if you know Hurl,
yeah, yeah,
HERL.
yeah.
So he's in the States now, but yeah, he went to my school. He was there when I was there.
Oh,
He's a
true.
very, very good friend of mine. You had people like Rival DBOC, H2O,
H2O.
yeah,
Yeah. I fucking
Jeb's KGB,
yeah.
a lot of active riders, heaps. They'll come to me. A lot of the WFC boys, a lot of the YWB boys from the Willow boys, young Willow boys, more searchers, not as much graffiti riders, but taggers.
Mhm.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting, man. Yeah, because like I've said before, I don't really know much about that, like around the coastal areas and stuff. So it's fucking cool that you're jumping on here representing for them, bro. Because
Yeah,
it's
yeah, always rep the east side.
yeah, man.
West Band's home, it's home. I think a lot of people they don't get it. They think the east is like beaches
Rich
and
cunts.
fucking yeah, exactly. Look, there is a lot of that, but there's a lot of just people just like everyone out everywhere. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's kind of why I got you on, man. Because yeah, I think you hit me up before, and you're like, man, why don't you get some cunts from out my area? I'm like, well, I don't even know anything about that area.
yeah, yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah. Man,
so no,
there's
it's cool that you're jumping on, man, and representing for everyone. But yeah,
yeah,
it's awesome, man. So um, did any of those older fellas kind of help you at all, or was it kind of like the same
yeah,
as
yeah,
in
yeah,
the
yeah. Of course, of course, of
inner
course.
west and out west, where not many older fellas would kind of help unless you really fucking knew who they were?
Yeah, no, yeah, no, definitely some of them did. I got on well with a few of them. Over the years, things change. You sort of you have friendships and you drop off and you do different things and different crews and whatever else. So yeah, definitely. I think Hurl's a big one. Sort of used to you know give me sketches and things like that when I was young. Yeah, rival DBOC. We used to go painting together in the early years. We did a
Wow.
few panels in the early years together. Um, Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Well,
Jebsy and I, we've known each other since we were like 5 years old.
fuck.
Yeah, so yeah, we went to primary school and high school together. So he's around ish my age. Yeah, yeah. There's some good lads. There are some good lads, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So where did you start in graffiti? Did you start in the tags? Did you start in the pieces? What was your
Yeah,
go?
yeah, tags. Yeah, when I was
Oof.
out skateboarding and stuff, just tagging. I think East Side back then anyway, it was a big bombing, a lot of bombers, a lot of people that just had tags, like searchers that just had tags bombing. There was fucking tags and shit everywhere. So started tagging, probably in the really early 2000s. Started to try to do pieces. This was just stealing exports and Krylons from Spotlight and anything like that, and just trying to do what we thought were pieces at the time. Nothing too hectic. Probably I'd say maybe 2004. 2004 is probably when I started to get into painting. I started like going out purposely. All right, I want to start doing pieces, start doing trackside, start getting into it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I think because I broke my leg at the skate park, of
Oh,
course,
fuck.
and put down the skateboard and picked up the can. So
Who helped you do your pieces, or did you just fucking just wing it by yourself?
no, yeah, I'd say I didn't really get any help with actual doing pieces. Like no
Hmm.
one really taught me about can control or caps or anything like that. I think I guess we were all sort of learning too. The boys that I used to paint with in the younger years. I'm talking
Okay.
about like 2004,
Yeah.
things like that. I mean, yeah, I did a few things early, like 2002. Can show you some pics of that garbage, but
Nah,
but
man.
yeah,
It's all part
no,
of the
no. I
journey.
think I think we just sort of like you learn off each other. I had a good mate. He wrote Mots, Mots. He doesn't write anymore. He stopped many years ago. He was just super talented. Like just he just got it. He got some help from some of the older boys like Drex, the CBF boys. They took him under his wing and I think he just painting a lot and watching and seeing and shit. So you know you learn off each other. But as I said, with my ADHD and stuff, I just hyper focus, get into it, and it consumed me. So
Mm.
just got into it. Yeah,
So you'd say just repetition
yeah.
kind of pushed it. Like, how many pieces are we talking? Oh, excuse me.
Aces.
Are we talking like a piece a week, fucking
Oh
couple
yeah,
pieces, or?
for sure. Yeah, yeah, definitely in the like 2004, 2005,
Mm.
2006, definitely without a doubt. Like minimum a piece a week or multiple pieces. You go out and do a couple in a day, or you know what I mean. You go out and do a trackside, you do a panel, you do a truck, whatever it is. So
Yeah.
definitely those were very active years. Yeah,
Yeah, that's the same as
yeah,
me, bro. I was on my pushy, just fucking painting. I think I did like 3 pieces a week, man. Just
yeah,
fucking.
yeah,
I think you're
yeah,
pretty much the same, man.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's funny. So where did you get your paint from?
All over the place. Yeah, back then, 567 wasn't open. We'd go to Eisenberg sometimes. You could rack in the
Oof.
back there. You used to be able to hand tins out to the like there's like where that thump wall is at the back. There used to be like a fence there, and you'd be able to sort of you go,
Yeah,
I just want to
it's where
try
the
a few
trucks go
lines on the
in to
wall.
unload, and you're just
Yeah,
there
yeah,
just
you could
chucking
pass them
cans
out
out.
there, could dack a few there. Didn't have a lot of money, of course. So, Spotlight and Bondi Junction, you'd be able to rack Krylons from there, and you used to be able to get
Oh,
this. You used to be able to get this spray that looked like web. So you'd spray. It was like a chisel
oh
tip,
yeah, I know
and
what you're talking about.
it kind of looked like a spider web. We used to get it was mad. We used to get those for bombing. We'd go
Did
to
you ever use one of those in your pieces? Because I've always thought like that'd be fucking sick having like
uh,
that shit in your
maybe
piece.
yeah, maybe when I was like a toy like back early
Does
days,
it does it work
probably.
though?
I don't know. Fuck.
Oh mate, I think we
Give
need
it a
to
go.
fucking try it out, eh?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So yeah, there was that, and then we started going to that place. I think Crest or one of the boys mentioned it on here in Newtown near the station near the Oportos. What's that paint shop called?
oh,
Asian dude up
yeah,
there.
was it Mace or
No, not Mace,
I know
but
the
yeah,
one you're talking. I know the one
well,
you're talking
the
about.
boys would know. We used to go there.
Yeah,
And then
poor little Asian bloke getting his fucking tin
oh,
stolen
yeah,
off him.
got robbed, robbed. And then obviously
Yeah,
super cheap auto and shops like that. You get your exports and things like that, racking.
yeah,
Yeah,
Power
they used to say,
Plus.
man, yeah, exactly. Man, I think even back in the day from memory, we used to get them from Kmart too. Before they used to cage them all up and stuff. So,
Hmm.
yeah, but that was, and then, 567 opened and, other shops started popping up here or there. So paint became easier, to get. and a few boys started buying pallets of paint as well.
Oh,
So
what?
some of the older lads used to buy pallets of hardcores. So you
No.
could buy one kind of hardcores. You could buy them off a certain individual. People know. If it was back in the day, like 2005, 2006.
Oh, what?
Yeah. So he'd buy them like big like pallets and shit and sell them for way cheaper than the shops. And then in the more recent years, some of the other lads would go and buy I think loops and things like that. But again, in like pallets, and you buy them cheap, you get about 5 or 6 of you to go in on it together, and you spend maybe like five
Fuck.
hundred bucks each, and you get your money's worth.
Bro,
Yeah,
I didn't even know cunts were doing that back then. I thought it
yeah.
was just everyone just went to the shops.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
okay. Secret's out, eh? Fucking.
yeah, yeah.
But now
Yeah, that
everyone's
was
doing
good.
that, bro.
Good
Everyone,
good old days. Good old
yeah,
days.
I guess
Yeah,
you were ahead of the game in that fucking aspect.
some ways.
Fucking, how much was a fucking hardcore back then in a pallet? That would
Oh,
have been
that no idea. No
four,
idea. Can't
yeah,
even remember.
$4
Yeah, something
maybe.
like that. Maybe $4 or $6. We'd end
Fuck,
up
and they were
getting it for
charging
each or
fucking
something. Yeah,
13
$5 or
bucks or some
something.
shit.
Yeah, yeah, it was good.
That's wild. Yeah, shit. And then caps and stuff as well. What caps were you fucking running back then, man? Like,
And I think I'm a bit of a weirdo. I used to do a lot of my outlines in blue dots.
yeah, I like the
And
blue dots back then.
Yeah, but I think a lot of people stock standard black dots and things like that. Obviously New Yorkers for panels, outlines, pink dots even. But just the standard, man. I never really got into all these. Well, I guess they went around back then. All these weird new
Mm.
caps. I think what was it? It was like grey, black, blue, orange, pink. You had your New
Yeah,
Yorkers and your Tucsons.
yeah.
And then they brought out the whatever the ghosty cap or whatever the big fat cap, the clear one or
Yeah, that
whatever.
was the game changer for the panel cunts.
Yeah, yeah, for fuck, yeah, definitely.
But
So I
yeah,
think
it's
that
funny,
was
man. Hey,
pretty,
there was only there was like fucking six
yeah,
caps, but even before our time, man, like those cunts had it rough as fuck. Just
yeah,
fucking searching around. Even yeah, when I started, there probably was caps, but I didn't realize. And then you
yeah,
just take them off fucking what's it called, Mr. Sheen or fucking
yeah,
deodorant Lynx
WD-40 or
Lynx
whatever.
Africa.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Did all that for sure. Yeah,
But yeah, it's interesting how it's changed to like I think there's probably about 20 or 30 caps these days, but
yeah. I mean, I get lost. I look at seriously like last time I know 567 shut now. Shout out to Nick by the way.
yeah, man, fuck, I
When
love that cunt.
yeah, for sure. Man, like that's just a fucking like I don't even know what they are. I was like, that looks like a banana cap. That looks the same one, but it's clear. That one's like a different color. I don't even know anymore. Yeah, so I stick to what I know, I guess. Yeah,
I got introduced to that yellow one. I think it's called a universal, and then that changed my game. And then I've
yeah,
been using that and the New Yorker, and that's all I've used, those two caps. And then I think it was like Emo or Riots or some shit was like, oh, I use this cream colored one and I think it's like a green one or something. It looks like a Montana cap, and you can change it from like normal size. Oh, you can go big or you can go skinny. And I was like, oh
yeah,
fuck,
right.
that changed my game too. Instead of cutting back so much that I
Yeah,
do, I can just fucking
yeah,
just be a
yeah.
proper
Get it right the
graffiti
first
writer.
time.
And
Yeah, 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 for
so yeah,
sure.
it's funny the cap game, but
Mm.
yeah, that's funny, man. So what areas were you painting? Like back in the 2004, 5,
Yeah.
6, 7, around there, were you just
Man,
just your
there
local
was
area, or were you branching out everywhere?
I would say back like 2004-ish, 2003, 2004 would be pretty local. So there was a lot of chill spots like a spot in Randwick where next to the movie cinema there. We had all these small little walls like kind of like Dua, PSK,
Oh yeah.
and the CBF boys, which you're probably not aware of.
No, no.
ABK, people like Spack, Jex, all those boys, they used to paint these walls. So it was good. It was nice. Amsky, Hale 210, all those guys. So they used to
Oh,
paint these walls in Randwick. So we go there. There was in the early days in Maroubra, there was a big pace gym. It was like it was an old warehouse sort of gym in a park, and it shut down. And it had asbestos in the roof. So it was like
ugh.
one of those abandoned places that stayed there for years, right? So people like Bingo, rest in peace.
Oh,
A
was
lot
he
of
from
these
your
guys,
area?
yeah, from Matraville Maroubra way, yeah, yeah,
Ah,
Matraville.
true.
So
I
yeah,
remember that. Fuck.
yeah, so Bingo, yeah, definitely a big influence in my hand styles. I really looked up to his hand styles. Yeah. Yeah, so this place in Maroubra, everyone used to even paint the outside of it. It was in a park and no one cared. You just paint it. It was made inside. I'm trying to think where else. Believe it or not, even along the cliffs in certain areas, there's areas where you sort of like hard to explain, but up in weird little sort of like crevices, you jump off like a little wall, you climb around the side of this cliff, and then you just paint the sandstone on the side of the cliff. All the boys from my school will know about this. All the boys from that area, everyone will know about this. We all started there. People smoking cones and doing silly shit and painting there. Yeah. So, and then then you start branching out, right? You start branching out to you start hearing about canals, Lewisham canals,
Oh,
Annandale. You start hearing about the tram sheds in Glebe. You
oh,
start hearing about all the different things. Casula, all the legal walls used to go to Thornley.
fuck,
No, was
Casula from
that
your
West?
area, bro. That's a fucking mish.
Yeah, Mission. In this in the inner west, May Lane and all that, everywhere. You start venturing out. Grass takes you everywhere.
Yeah.
So
So did you branch out to meeting like cunts from different areas, and that's
yeah,
how you
bro.
found these spots?
Yeah. And I think you see things on the net too. So I used to go around taking a lot of photos.
Mm.
So myself and Onshow, I don't know if you
On
remember
show.
Onshow.
Fuck, I
Yeah,
forgot about that
so
guy.
yeah.
He is a bit, he still writes, doesn't he?
I don't think he's very active
Not so
anymore.
much.
Really good guy. Shout out to Onshow.
Yeah, I used to love
We
his
used
shit,
to
man.
tag together in the early days and go around and take a lot of photos.
Yeah.
And back then, obviously, there was no Instagram and all that sort of stuff, but there was P-Base. I don't know if you remember P-Base.
Mate, I know them all. Yep.
Yeah, so I had a P-Base and he had a P-Base, and I'm pretty sure his was called Eastside Rock, and I think mine was called Big
Uh,
Deal. And
I fucking think I remember the U2 cunts.
yeah, and we were pretty much like having a bit of a battle, not really telling each other, but like fucking who could get better flicks and more flicks. Silly young,
Yeah,
running
yeah.
around. So yeah, you start venturing out everywhere. But yeah, I met a few people from different areas. For example, Slog, Goose and Slog, met them up
Oh, yeah.
from up Red Line, became very, very good mates with Slog, and
True.
used to come hang out up at Hornsby Way, up in Red Line. I went to school for a bit over North Shore for a little bit.
Ah.
So met a few lads from the northern beaches and stuff. Yeah, you go to TAFE, you meet people, go to Ultimo, you meet people from
Oh, you went to
everywhere.
Ultimo too?
Yeah, went
I
to
went there as
man.
well.
Yeah, yeah.
That's right of heaven there, bro.
I went to over in just over North Sydney, Crow's Nest Way for a little bit,
Yeah,
and went
yeah,
to Ultimo as well. So you meet a lot of riders there, a
yeah.
lot of
That's
riders
funny,
everywhere.
man.
You meet people out, right? Like you go paint Casula and there's people painting, you have a chat, and one thing leads to another. Everyone knows everyone, man. So
Yeah.
you,
Did you
you,
ever
you
go
make
to Star Bar in the city?
yeah, with you. Definitely. Man, I used to go yeah, I used to go there with I used to go there with Syringe and
Oh
Co.
my
You know what I
God.
mean?
I fucking
So yeah, I can't remember all the lads. Skier, Syringe,
Oh, bro, I thought that's fucking funny you mentioned that. I didn't even
well,
fucking remember you. No offense, but
no.
I was in my peak fucking bender mode at that stage, bro. So I
Yeah,
was like,
Starbucks. Yeah, we used to get there for happy hour and
oh,
kick on. Yeah.
hungry above Hungry Jack's, fucking
Yeah,
$2.50 bourbons.
yeah. So yeah, and yeah, went through a bit of a Starbar phase for sure.
Yeah.
I got some photos I can share with you. You're probably in
Oh,
them with
mate,
me.
fucking,
Um,
am I in those photos?
you would be, yeah. And then as well, I met lads from up Central Coast as well. So the ARC boys, so
Yeah,
Dubs, Whale, Pebble.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so got put into ARC. A few of the boys from my area got put into ARC. So we started venturing out to Newcastle and Central Coast,
Oh,
and
true.
started hanging out with them. In the 2005, 2006 way. So we were all over. We had boys, SFK US boys from Green Line. So we'd be hanging out at like Reevesby, Panania.
Padstow and that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Pad's yeah, exactly at the fort. If anyone knows the fort.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, we're all over. I think graffiti takes you everywhere. I guess
It
I'm a
fucking does, eh?
bit of a social butterfly in that sense, like
Mate, you've been fucking everywhere, haven't you?
yeah, yeah, a little bit,
That's
yeah,
fucking wild.
yeah.
Um, yeah, wow. Now, how did you come up with your tag, man?
You know what? To be honest, I can't really remember the detail, but I do know there was a guy at my school. He used to write Anvil, Anvil. And I never met him. He was a little bit older than me. Didn't Never knew who he was, but used to see him, like you see his fresh tags at school, and then you see him out in the street. You catch the bus or whatever, and every bus stop's got his tag on it, and you're like, fuck, he's gone for a bomb. And I love the A and I love the V, and
That's
I guess.
to be honest, that's a bit weird for me. A and V is probably my
Nah,
worst
the,
fucking.
the the way that he used to do it, it's pretty
Yeah.
toy, but I used to think at the time was fucking mad.
Wow.
And I was thinking of tags that, thinking I was thinking avail, like availability or whatever, but avail or AV, figuring things out, and I've ended up coming up with a void. Um, but in saying that, I was pretty young. I think this was 2002 when I came up with a void. I
Mm.
changed words for about a year and came back to it again. But I never knew about Avski KOC, because I was pretty young. This is before I was really on the internet.
Mm.
So a few boys brought it to my attention that Avski used to ride a void over the
Ah.
years. So I didn't know. Like Avski's from Queensland, right? So
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I hit up some of the KOC boys and asked for their blessing. Exit and C's, the brothers, shout
Mm.
out to them.
Yeah, shout out to
I
them,
asked,
bro.
I asked Licks, he's like, that's kind of not my generation.
Mm.
I saw and all those lads, I saw gave me his blessing. So I was like, well, as long as his mates are okay with it, then I'll keep going. So no disrespect to Avsky, of course, but yeah, he changed
Yeah.
his tag to Avsky. That's what they said. You know what I mean? Like he did ride a
Yeah.
void, but then he changed to Avsky. So
Yeah, I think that's
yeah,
fair enough.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, that's cool. How how did you get into your style? Like
yeah,
it's not like
yeah,
a
yeah.
fucking it's not like a Sydney style. It's a
No, no, it's not Sydney at all.
yeah,
Uh,
how'd you get into that?
well, there was oh, so a bunch of the boys from the area, like Nope KOC, for example, his style used to be completely different. He used to do
Mm.
wild styles, complete wild styles.
Mm.
Erratic Klebs and Drex. They used to do these, yeah, more wild pieces, thin letters, a lot of connections and arrows and things. Not my style, but it really influenced me to get into wild styles.
Interesting.
And then a writer came to our school and he had this. He's changed his tag, but he had a wild style back in the day, and he gave me a few sort of sketches. Not gave me, he did a few sketches in my book. Yeah, he wrote my word, and I was like, "Fuck, that's incredible." He used to get these real thin lines and get like thicker pieces and things like that. I used to love it. So I looked up to obviously that style. He's completely changed his style now, but looked up to his style back then. Then I started seeing people like Atone,
Oh yeah.
ATOME, a tone very similar, thin to thick sort of stuff. Not as
Mm.
wild, but then you start seeing things on the internet. You start seeing, the MSK guys,
Oh yeah.
Ether, MEL Ether, but in particular, Gesser, GESER, 3A crew from the States.
Okay.
These styles, I just started coming across all these LA styles and stuff. I was like, fuck, I just fell in love, and it just sort of developed from there.
Yeah, those are
And to be honest, when I was young, if I did like a public style piece, the boys would say I'm biting. You know what I mean?
yeah, that's
So
true.
so I was really like really into not being like a biter and just copying. Even though you do get your
Yeah.
style, you develop off people, but I wanted to be unique. I wanted to stand out, and I just pushed that. Whatever style I've got now. I don't know
Yeah,
what you call
that's
it.
kind
Yeah.
of yeah, because yeah, when I was writing, it was more just public and that's it. So no one really was like telling you not to do it because
Yeah.
it's kind of what it was
Yeah.
back then. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
everyone
Yeah.
was you do that style and then you change a little bit here and there and then make it your own kind of Sydney style. But for you to go through that and just be like, no, fuck, I'm doing something completely different. I reckon that's sick.
Yeah, yeah, and I had a few mates as well that were similar, like Vex. I don't know if anyone remembers Vex. We used to write IFE crew, back in the day with Slog, with Metaphor, with a few other lads that you're probably not aware, people aren't aware of, but we
Mm.
had a few guys that were sort of pushing, and Giles was
Oh
in
yeah, Giles,
IFE
man. Yeah,
crew.
fuck
Yeah,
yeah.
another guy from our school as well. So we yeah, man. So yeah, but we I don't know, push the limits, be different, be unique.
But yeah, so yeah, you're writing with people that didn't have that typical Sydney style, so it probably would have helped you develop your style even more to change away from that Sydney style, which
Yeah, definitely.
It's pretty hard to do when you're stuck in the Sydney grind, right? Like everyone's doing the
Yeah.
same similar thing, so to stand out is it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I think yeah, most of us in IFE crew all had a different style, and yeah, not really public. So I don't know, just well, yes, it was just us. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, that's mad. That's
yeah,
mad. Yeah, I think like if you're a crew, I think it's cool if you have every different style. Like it's there are crews that have the same style throughout the whole thing, which is cool too. But I think
yeah.
it's even better if you have one from each
Um,
style. You know what I mean? I reckon that's
and
fucking sick.
I definitely rate, certain people. You know, you see like OSF and KGB or whatever, and they
Yeah, yeah,
have
yeah,
a production, and it's all uniform, and the colors, like everything works so well, it
yeah.
gels together. So from like a production standpoint, or even those like Ken and Team door to doors that they used to do and stuff,
Oh,
just they just sit so like so perfect, you know. So I
yeah.
definitely respect that. I think it's fucking crazy.
Mm.
But just yeah, it's not not for me.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, that's everyone's got their own opinion.
yeah,
That's what's cool about
yeah.
graph. You can do your own
That's
thing.
it.
So,
Yeah,
but yeah, that's awesome. It's so anyway, let's did you have any little chase stories or anything from back in the day? Not recent times, but like
yeah,
we
yeah,
can
man.
start
We
off in
like,
your. I know you've probably got a lot, but
uh,
let's
yeah,
just start off in your younger years, and then we can go into the older years.
yeah. I do remember we did this trackside. Me and two of my mates from IFE crew. And we walked from, I don't know, fucking Bondi Junction or something to the trackside between Bondi Junction Station and Edgecliff. There's a little part that pokes out in the Willara sort of
Yeah,
area.
yeah,
So people, it's an infamous spot to run in the tunnel if
yeah,
anyone
yeah.
knows.
Everyone
Anyways,
knows.
so yeah, we went there, and you're young. I think it was like, I don't know, 2003. I don't know when it was. We
Mm.
walked there, and it was at 2 in the morning. We did our first track sides ever, and on a yeah, first track sides ever from memory, and maybe something like that. And anyways, we're leaving and we're walking back, and one of my mates is just going crazy, bombing everything on the way back. So I'm
Oh
dropping a
no,
few tags here or there, but he's got big fat cap, chrome tags everywhere.
loud as
And we're
fuck.
walking, yeah, yeah, exactly. We're walking, and it's only us. It's like 3 in the morning. There's no one else on the road, and we're walking down this main street. And a cop car flew past in the opposite direction, and we're saying, oh, let's keep walking, whatever. And then it turns, you can see it was braking, and then it did a U-turn and started
Oh
flying at us.
no.
We're like, fuck. So we hit the legs, we ran down some driveways and jumped a few back fences and ended up in like a fucking bush in a park. And we're hiding in this fucking bush, and we can hear the cops walk around, flashlights everywhere. And my mate starts getting fucking allergies from one of the plants or something, but his nose starts running. He's getting watery eyes, and he's trying not to sneeze. It was all good. Like they didn't find us, no,
I was
no,
gonna say, did he sneeze
uh,
and then you got busted?
no sniffer dogs or anything. But you're like, you shut the fuck up. You don't fucking sneeze. So
Mm.
that was just a funny one, not too crazy, but definitely have some worse ones in the later years for sure. Yeah,
Yeah,
training, yeah, yeah,
yeah. So
yeah. I can share.
it's
I mean, I'll.
yeah, yeah.
It's
No,
quite a bit later, but
yeah, we'll get into the later ones, mate, because they're probably
yeah,
the more heavier ones. But um, so that was a close call with track sides.
yeah.
When did you get into doing a bit of fucking steel, mate?
Then I think my first panel was either late 2004, I think, or
Wow,
early 2005.
early start,
What's that? Sorry.
early start.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Is my microphone not that loud?
No, it's good. I can hear, bro.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
nothing.
sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Man, well, there was a few boys paying trains at my school, which was a big surprise to me, being just like a street tagger sort of thing, So really, really fucking made me interested. I saw the KOC video, which blew my mind because I knew, I
yes,
knew, I knew Nope and those boys were active, but I saw a lot of things I'd never seen before, and I was fucking blown away. I was like, holy shit. So it really sort of opened my eyes, and I really wanted to get into it. Obviously, watching other DVDs like, or not DVDs, even tapes like Area '08, Dirty Hands,
dirty hands.
yeah,
Fuck.
and then a bit later Stockholm Subway Stories and things like that. So yeah, definitely, yeah, still is yeah, sort of fell in love. Yeah, first panel around 2004, 2005, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
And then,
so man, I had a pretty bad chase. It was actually overseas. A couple pretty bad ones overseas. Few good ones here, but nothing too notable. You know, nothing really overly eventful. You know, someone sees you, you run away, kind of
yeah,
boring
standard,
stuff. You know.
jump the fence,
Yeah,
fucking
or
all
yeah,
good.
they give you a bit of a chase or whatever, or some
Throw some
public.
rocks.
Yeah, exactly. So, um, man, we were catching it. Me and a couple of lads were overseas. We were catching the train out to the end of the line to this yard at the end of the line. And as we're catching this train, we're just obviously looking out the window, and we see a metro just parked up in a spot where my mate was like, who's local. He's like, "Fuck, I've never seen that there before."
Oh,
And these are driverless metros, so
oh,
there was no one there, you know, like. And I said, "Fuck, let's get out and do it." And he said, "No, no, no, no. Let's just do it. Let's just go do what we're planning to do. We're meeting up with one of the boys. We'll do our panels." He goes, "When we come back, if it's still there, it's probably broken down or something. Like we'll fucking do end to ends. We'll do a whole car, whatever, you know." So I was like, "Oh, pretty." I was like, "I want to do that metro, but all right, sweet as." We went. We did our panels at the end of the line in the yard, and then we came back. And as we come back, what do you know? The metro is still there. And we're like, "Oh, how
oh
good is
yeah.
this?" Yeah, so there was three or four of us coming back, and me and my good matey, yeah, he, yeah, we saw, it was there, so let's fucking do it. The other two go, no, 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 we don't want to do it. We don't want to do it. No, we just want to go or whatever, some excuse, like whatever. So we jumped out, we sussed it out, and the train was just sitting there by itself. The lights were on, but nobody home. So we're like, fuck, this is
Oh,
good. Yeah. I started getting a bit paranoid. I don't know what it was, but I had a bit of a bad feeling. My gut fucking was telling me something's wrong with this, you know. So it's just too quiet, too good, you
yeah,
know.
it sounds too good.
Yeah. So I said to him, "Look, I know what you're saying, and you got a good idea. Like, let's do a fucking end-to-end burn or whatever. But can we just do quick little cruise first? Little 3 minute, little 5 minute, quick little cruise, and we'll just see how it goes." And he's like, "Oh fuck yeah, it's probably a good idea, you know." So we jumped a few fences or whatever, got up to this train. I did a little AR, 2 letters, AR. My mate did TFS, 3 letters, one of us each. Very simple. I think from memory, one or two color fill, very, very basic. I jumped a fence because I was really up close to the fence, you know what I mean? I jumped to get a photo. I jumped the fence back into the other, other side of the fence. I jumped another fence because it was quite tight to try to take a photo. And pretty much I saw my glove drop on the other side of the fence. So I'm trying to squeeze my fingers in through the hole to try and grab my gloves, you know what I mean? And I fucking look up, and there's a guy maybe like 2 meters away from me, 2 meters,
Oh,
running full pelt at me.
ugh.
Fucking, oh, I shit myself. I got up, I start running, and I look back, and he's like that close behind me. I fucking threw my bag, bam, threw my bag at him. Full of pain. Yeah, I ditched everything, threw it at him, and obviously that kind of slowed him down. I ran, fell down a hill, jumping fences. Cops were fucking everywhere. I hid in God knows where a playground for like 2 hours. Called my mate, you know. I was like, over there, they were all paranoid on the phones. So, you had to talk in code. And I was like, "Oh, have you left the party yet?" You know, my mate's like, "Yes, I have left the party. No one is here." I was like, "Oh yeah, sweet, that's always good. Let's meet up." So we didn't have photos. We finished. We both just finished. My mate was still at the train near the
Fuck.
terminal. So he just pretty much ran to the front of the train, jumped the tracks, and ran the other way. He was sweet, no problem at all. Me, I had this guy
Wow.
fucking Terminator chasing me down. So yeah, we caught up a couple hours later, and we were like, "Fuck, we need flicks. We need flicks bad." So we're gonna wait for it at the train station, but we're like, "Man, this could maybe
That's
it
red
could
hot.
be yeah, and it could be there for days, you know." So we went back, of course.
Fucking hell.
We went back, and I got footage of it just sitting there. I ran up to it with my camera and just got footage of it sitting there. My mate got flicks, and all is good. We didn't get chased or anything, but
That's
good. It was a fun mission, definitely a fun mission.
bro, going back to take photos is the scariest moment, isn't it? Like it's like,
Oh, yeah. Well, when you get
are they
chased,
waiting
yeah,
for us? Are they not?
yeah,
Are they fucking
yeah,
in the bushes? Are they fucking creeping around? And then you go up and take a photo and they tackle you down. But
yeah.
when you do
Man,
get
I
that
got
footage, like it's like, fuck yes.
it's fucking
Like,
mad. Yeah, it's like a fucking Charizard or something, you know. You get a fucking good Pokemon card. No, I got another one actually. It was overseas as well.
yeah,
I
fucking
was
oath.
in I was in Naples, south of Italy, and I went slog, and we met up with a few locals, and man, we painted his yard with them, and it turned out to be a big yard party. We met heaps of people in the yard. We met heaps of Aussies in the yard actually too. That's where I met Ekers. That's where I met Cones and Tex, and I met a bunch of other people in the yard in Italy, believe it or not. Anyways, so this is mad. This is fucking sick. This spot, right? So we went back the week. We went back a week later, and we asked the locals, "Do you mind if we do a whole car?" And like, it's their spot. They took us there. So do you mind? I said, yeah, don't worry about it. Sweet as. And I was like,
Fuck.
sweet. So we kitted up. So we're going to do a Voida slog whole car on the one of the Naples Command Line trains. So we get there, we start sketching up, we start filling whatever. Can't remember how far through. I think I had my outline up or something, and a dude pulls up in a car, hey, and, not really chasing us, but just get the fuck out of here, sort of thing. Or if I'm
Mm.
sure if we stood around, he would have tried to grab us. So we hit the legs. We ran up maybe a few hundred meters to this bridge and kind of hid behind like a little pylon or whatever. And I was like, where do we go? Like, where's your car? To the Italians. And they're like, what do you mean? And I was like, get the fuck out of here. We're doing a whole car. You know what I mean? We just got spotted. Let's get the fuck out of here. And they're like, no, 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 no. We just wait maybe 20 minutes we go back in. And I'm like, man, this is broad daylight. We just got spotted doing a
Oh.
whole car. I want to get the fuck out of here, man. And they're like, no, no, relax, relax, relax. Fuck. So we waited around 20 minutes or whatever it was, and what do you know? Next minute we're walking back into the yard. Um, Finished my outline, started doing background, aura, all this sort of shit. So I'd pretty much finished my piece. But fucking slog. I don't know what happened to his can, his outline can, it clogged. But you see the footage, man, he's walking because I filmed the whole thing. He's walking back and forward, trying to find is it a cap that's wrong?
What are you doing, Slog? Fuck.
His can fucking fucked up, and then he got my
Yeah.
outline can, and that finished, and it was just because when we ran, obviously things dropped, and anyway, so we're like I'm pretty much just doing a bit of background, and then the dude turns up again. It was like fuck, so hit the legs again, and I was like fuck, we nearly finished, so we'll go back in, and they're like no, 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 cops are coming now, like,
Oh, fuck.
now we leave, so we nearly finished, but. Yeah, it's good mission. Not crazy, but just a fun mission. Yeah.
Bro, that shit, like, I'm just about to start biting my nails. It's fucking, it's
Yeah.
fucking, those kind of things, yeah. Yeah. I've done like not many panels, but you guys have done heaps. It's that whole international scene of like Aussies going over to Europe and all
Yeah.
that shit.
Yeah.
It's like I'd say it's a pretty close-knit community because, yeah, like I've been there before trying to do stuff and it just never happened. But I guess you just have to know, right? It's,
Oh, yeah. I think obviously, when one door opens, people start opening other doors. So for me,
mm,
I was young. I was very young when I went over there,
yeah, you're
man.
lucky, man.
So I had a mate from school, like a lot of mates from school, 2 years younger than me. Shout out to Okan, if anyone knows Okan from Copenhagen. So he was a younger lad at my school. I used to see him sketches. I used to, hang out with him, whatever, smoke, drink, whatever. And he was more of a tagger. He was more of a tagger. And he moved back to, because he was half Danish, or not, he's half Danish. He moved back over to Denmark. And this was in the high school years. And he said to me and a few other boys before he left, what are your email addresses? I'll get you an MSN and all this sort of shit. And
Oh,
we'll
MSN.
yeah, we'll keep in touch. You know what I mean? So you give him all your details, and he leaves, and you never fucking heard from him again.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what a fucking dog. You know what I mean? Like all the boys, like all his mates go, you heard from him? So no, I haven't heard from him. You go, what the fuck? Like he called us the day before he left. Anyways. I was on what's that website? Bomb the World.
Oh, yeah.
Was that the train? Was it
Yeah, I
Bomb the
think it
World?
was. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you could do
The
little
train
like
runs along and you take like you can do your own piece on it.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I was just scribbling on that one day on my computer, and there was a little chat. I don't
Yeah,
know,
little chat icon
little
thing.
chat. Yeah, so I was just giving people shit. I was like, you cunts don't even do trains,
It's a
like,
flashback for me.
whatever. And I had a dude fucking come back. He goes, "What are you talking about, man? I fucking paint all the time." And anyways, we started talking, started sharing photos, and he's from Copenhagen. And not much. I used to have a bit of a chat, share some flicks, whatever, and that was pretty much it. And then maybe it was like 6 months later or whatever it was, a year later. Mine, from down
Oh,
Canberra way. Mine, he hit me
yeah.
up online. Hit me up online and said, "Do you know a lad from Bondi way who writes Ocan?" Out of nowhere, like no context. And I was
What?
like, I was like, yeah, very spun out. And I do, yeah. What the fuck? Why? You know? And he goes,
Yeah,
oh, I was having dinner the other night with some mates in Copenhagen, and he was there. And he mentioned you, when he heard I was from Australia, rah, rah, rah.
true.
He mentioned your tag and that. And he's like, oh, I know that guy. So he reached out to me, And I said, fuck, give me his number. And he goes, yeah, yeah, I'll hit up my mate because, like, he was there through mates and mates. I'll hit my mate up and get you his number or whatever. And he never did. And
Mm.
I don't know, maybe no one wanted to pass the number around, or maybe didn't ask. And then I was thinking, fuck, I know a dude online from Copenhagen. You know what I mean? So and the thing is, mine said to me, because I asked him, I said, is he fucking active, like
Yeah,
writing and
is
that?
he real?
Because he said to me, no, 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 my matey, I said to mine, like my
Yeah,
mate,
yeah, yeah.
I said, is he pretty active? And what he said to me, he goes, you can't go anywhere in the city without seeing his stuff. He goes, he's fucking
Right.
up everywhere. So I was like, okay. So I asked this dude, I was like, have you ever seen his tag? Have you ever seen the tag Ocan? And he's like, yeah, he's fucking up everywhere. He's a good mate of mine. And I was like, you're kidding. I was like, mate, tell him my name, avoid or whatever. Tell him I say hi. He goes, what are you talking about? I said, it's just like, I
Just
want his
mention it.
fucking number. I want his number, but you're gonna think I'm a copper. So just
Yeah,
tell him that
exactly. Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
that avoid says hi, and when he get in touch. A day later, I got his number. I'm on the phone, and what the fuck? Where have you been? Rah, rah. He wrote all everyone's MSN's shit in a book, and he lost the book. Fuck, bro.
The good
So,
old days.
anyways, yeah. So I
Yeah,
got
yeah.
back in contact, and I was already planning to go to Europe. This was now probably 2006, and I was already planning to go to Europe. I knew that when I finished up a few things here in Sydney, I had to get away. I had a bit of issues. I was on a good behaviour bond and a few things that were limiting me here.
Yeah.
So I wanted to get away. So I was planning to go to Europe, and I got a working visa. Actually, I was there for a year. I
Oh,
got a working
fuck.
and I disappeared to Europe, but my working visa was in Denmark. So
So
did a
did you
bit
actually
of
work in that time?
yeah, a little bit, yeah.
A little
We'll
bit?
get to that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I did, yeah, yeah, a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Not so much, but I did.
Yeah, yeah.
So I actually went with Slog. So he's even a little bit younger than me. So he came very young, man, very young.
Yeah, fuck.
And we didn't get any help from the older boys. I think back then, like the older boys in Europe would have been like Banos and
Mm.
it would have been fucking Urge and those guys.
Yeah, the
So.
heavy boys.
Yeah, so didn't really get a lot of help from those boys. But we did a bit of traveling. We painted in Italy, Germany, a few other places, and
Fuck.
obviously ended up in Denmark. That's where my working visa was from. Slogger only came just for a short holiday, and he came back to Australia, and I set up base camp, man, and I stayed there for until I got sent home.
Fucking hell, man. What a fucking experience from
Yeah,
leaving
bro.
school
So.
to doing that shit.
And I remember, so
Fuck.
we got picked up at the airport by my mate Okan. Picked us up and took us to his place. He gave us some clothes because our fucking bags went missing in the airplane. So it was fucking cold, man. It was the middle of summer, but it's Copenhagen is cold, so at night time. So he gave
Yeah.
us some jumpers and shit. He gave us a bag of paint each, me and Slog, and met up with our other mate from TFS crew. Came and met us up on bicycles. First thing he said to us after saying hello, he goes, "Have you boys got bicycles, bro? We just fucking got here." And he's like, all good. We're gonna go get you some bicycles. So we went out.
Bicycles.
Yeah, bro. We wrapped a bike each, me and Schwab, and because that's what everyone does there, man. You just fucking racking bikes, it's crazy.
Yeah,
So
there's not much
we got
driving
we got
going on over there, is there? It's all bikes and
uh,
fucking.
bikes and trains, and yeah,
Yeah, you don't need to
so
fucking drive too far to get to us.
yeah. So our first night there, we stole a bike, got a bag of paint, and obviously had a few beers, and off we went. So we did a long distance commuter train to start, nice end to end together. And then
Oh,
we did an S train, one of those red S trains with the bubbly sort of, they look like fucking strawberries. We did a back jump. When we're at that back jump, we're sitting there in the bush and the train turns up and it had like MOA panels. It had like fucking ghost RAFs from
oh,
had
MOA
say
was fucking
had
huge back
all like
then. Oh,
had fucking kings on this. Like I'm like, fuck, it's so surreal. So
mm,
fucking surreal, man. The train pulls out, another one pulls in, had fucking, whatever, like MOA panels on it again. People that you sort of look up to
Yeah,
in,
you've
in
seen in dirty hands.
yeah, exactly. And you're just like, like fucking in awe, like, what the fuck? So, anyways, finally a clean train pulls in. We do our little, fucking little back jump, little crew pieces and that. And then later that night, we end up in the main yard in the city, kind of like the Everly of Copenhagen. And we did some
Oh,
nice ones on the, it's like, over there, they were all paranoid on the phones. So, you had to talk in code. And I was like, oh, have you left the party yet? My mate's like, yes, I have left the party. No one is here. I was like, oh yeah, sweet, that's always good. Let's meet up. So we didn't have photos. We finished. We both just finished. My mate was still at the train near the
fuck.
third rail. So he just pretty much ran to the front of the train, jumped the tracks, and ran the other way. He was sweet, no problem at all. Me, I had this guy
Wow.
fucking Terminator chasing me down. So yeah, we caught up a couple hours later, and we were like, "Fuck, we need flicks bad." So we're gonna wait for it at the train station, but we're like, "Man, this could maybe
That's
it
red
could
hot.
be yeah, and it could be there for days." So we went back, of course.
Fucking hell.
We went back, and I got footage of it just sitting there. I ran up to it with my camera and just got footage of it sitting there. My mate got flicks, and all is good. We didn't get chased or anything, but
That's
good. It was a fun mission, definitely a fun mission.
bro, going back to take photos is the scariest moment, isn't it? Like it's like,
Oh, yeah. Well, when you get
are they
chased,
waiting
yeah.
for us? Are they
Yeah,
not?
yeah,
Are they fucking
yeah.
in the bushes? Are they fucking creeping around? And then you go up and take a photo and they tackle you down. But
Yeah, yeah.
when you do
Man,
get
I
that
got
footage, like it's like, fuck yes.
it's fucking
Like,
mad. Yeah, it's like a fucking Charizard or something. You get get a fucking good Pokemon card. No, I got another one actually was overseas as well.
yeah,
I
fucking
was
oath.
in Naples, south of Italy, and I went slog, and we met up with a few locals, and man, we painted his yard with them, and it turned out to be a big yard party. We met heaps of people in the yard. We met heaps of Aussies in the yard actually too. That's where I met Ekas. That's where I met Cones and Tex, and I met a bunch of other people in the yard in Italy. Believe it or not. Anyways, so this is mad. This is fucking sick. This spot, right? So we went back the week. We went back a week later, and we asked the locals, "Do you mind if we do a whole car?" And like, it's their spot. They took us there. So do you mind? I said, yeah, don't worry about it. Sweet as. And I was like,
Fuck.
sweet. So we kitted up. So we're going to do a Voida slog Holcar on the one of the Naples Commander Line trains. So we get there, we start sketching up, we start filling whatever. Can't remember how far through. I think I had my outline up or something. And a dude pulls up in a car, hey, and, not really chasing us, but just get the fuck out of here sort of thing. Or if I'm
Mm.
sure if we stood around, he would have tried to grab us. So we hit the legs. We ran up maybe a few hundred meters to this bridge and kind of hid behind like a little pylon or whatever. And I was like, where do we go? Like, where's your car? To the Italians. And they're like, what do you mean? And I was like, fuck, get the fuck out of here. We're doing a whole car. You know what I mean? We just got spotted. Let's get the fuck out of here. And they're like, no, 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 no. We just wait maybe 20 minutes and we go back in. And I'm like, man, this is broad daylight. We just got spotted doing a
Oh,
whole car. I want to get the fuck out of here, man. And they're like, no, no, relax, relax, relax. Fuck. So we waited around 20 minutes or whatever it was, and what do you know? Next minute we're walking back into the yard. Um, Finished my outline, started doing background, aura, all this sort of shit. So I'd pretty much finished my piece. But fucking slog, I don't know what happened to his can, his outline can, it clogged. But you see the footage, man, he's walking, because I filmed the whole thing, he's walking back and forward trying to find, is it a cat that's wrong?
what
Is
are
it
you
a,
doing,
because
slog? Fuck.
his can fucking fucked up, and then he got my
Ugh.
outline can, and that finished, and it was just because when we ran, obviously things dropped, and anyway, so we're like I'm pretty much just doing a bit of background, and then the dude turns up again. It was like fuck, so hit the legs again, and I was like fuck, we nearly finished, so we'll go back in, and they're like no, 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 cops are coming now.
Ugh, fuck.
Now we leave, so we nearly finished, but. Yeah, it's good mission. Not crazy, but just a fun mission. Yeah.
Bro, that shit, like, I'm just about to start biting my nails. It's fucking, it's
Yeah.
fucking, but those kind of things, yeah, yeah. I've done like not many panels, but you guys have done heaps. It's that whole international scene of like Aussies going over to Europe and all
Yeah.
that shit.
Yeah.
It's like I'd say it's a pretty close-knit community because, yeah, like I've been there before trying to do stuff and it just never happened. But I guess you just have to know, right?
Oh, yeah. I think. Yeah, I think obviously, um, when one door opens, people start opening other doors. So for me, I
Mm.
was I was very I was young. I was very young when I went over there,
Yeah, you're
man.
lucky, man.
So I had a mate from school, like a lot of mates from school, 2 years younger than me. Shout out to Okan, if anyone knows Okan from Copenhagen. So he was a younger lad at my school. I used to see him sketches. I used to, hang out with him, whatever, smoke, drink, whatever. And he was more of a tagger. He was more of a tagger. And he moved back to, because he was half Danish, or not, he's half Danish. He moved back over to Denmark. And this was in the high school years. And he said to me and a few other boys before he left, what are your email addresses? I'll get you an MSN and all this sort of shit. And
Oh,
we'll
MSN.
yeah,
Fuck.
we'll keep in touch. You know what I mean? So you give him all your details, and he leaves, and you never fucking heard from him again.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what a fucking dog. You know what I mean? Like all the boys, like all his mates go, you heard from him? So no, I haven't heard from him. You go, what the fuck? Like he called us the day before he left. Anyways. I was on what's that website? Bomb the World.
Oh yeah.
Was that the train? Was it
Yeah, I
Bomb the
think it
World?
was. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you could do
The
little
train
like
runs along and you take like you can do your own piece on it.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I was just scribbling on that one day on my computer, and there was a little chat. I don't
Yeah,
know,
little chat icon
little
thing.
chat. Yeah. So I was just giving people shit. I was like, you cunts don't even do trains,
It's a
like,
flashback for
whatever.
me.
And I had a dude so I can come back. He goes, "What are you talking about, man? I fucking paint all the time." And anyways, we started talking, started sharing photos, and he's from Copenhagen. And not much. I used to have a bit of a chat, share some flicks, whatever, and that was pretty much it. And then maybe it was like 6 months later or whatever it was, a year later. Mine, from down Canberra
Oh,
way. Mine, he hit me
yeah.
up online. Hit me up online and said, "Do you know a lad from Bondi way who writes OCAN?" Out of nowhere, like no context. And
What?
I was like, yeah, very spun out. And I do, yeah. What the fuck? Why? And he goes,
Yeah.
oh, I was having dinner the other night with some mates in Copenhagen, and he was there. And he mentioned you, when he heard I was from Australia, rah, rah, rah. He mentioned
True.
he mentioned your tag and that. And he's like, oh, I know that guy. So he reached out to me, And I said, fuck, give me his number. And he goes, yeah, I'll hit up my mate because like, he was there through mates and mates. I'll hit my mate up and get you his number or whatever. And he never did. And
Mm.
I don't know, maybe no one wanted to pass the number around, or maybe didn't ask. And then I was thinking, fuck, I know a dude online from Copenhagen. You know what I mean? So and the thing is, mine said to me, because I asked him, I said, is he fucking active, like
Yeah,
writing and
is
that?
he real?
Because he said to me, no, my matey, I said to mine, like my
Yeah,
mate,
yeah, yeah.
I said, is he pretty active? And when he said to me, he goes, you can't go anywhere in the city without seeing his stuff. He goes, he's fucking
Mm.
up everywhere. So I was like, okay. So I asked this dude, I was like, have you ever seen his tag? Have you ever seen the tag Okan? And he's like, yeah, he's fucking up everywhere. He's a good mate of mine. And I was like, you're kidding. I was like, mate, tell him my name, avoid whatever. Tell him I say hi. He goes, what are you talking about? I said, it's just like, I
Just
want his
mention it.
fucking number. I want his number, but you're gonna think I'm a copper. So just
Yeah,
tell him that
exactly.
fucking
Yeah, yeah.
that avoid says hi, and when he get in touch. A day later, I got his number. I'm on the phone, and what the fuck? Where have you been? Rah, rah. He wrote all everyone's MSNs and shit in a book, and he lost the book. Fuck,
The
bro.
good
So,
old days.
anyways, yeah. So I got
Yeah,
I got
yeah.
back in contact, and I was already planning to go to Europe. This was now probably 2006, and I was already planning to go to Europe. I knew that when I finished up a few things here in Sydney, I had to get away. I had a bit of issues. I was on a good behaviour bond and a few things that were limiting me here.
Yeah.
So I wanted to get away. So I was planning to go to Europe, and I got a working visa. Actually, I was there for a year. I
Oh,
got a working
fuck.
visa, and I disappeared to Europe, but my working visa was in Denmark. So
So
did a
did you
bit
actually
of
work in that time?
yeah, a little bit, yeah.
A little
When it
bit?
gets that, yeah, I did, yeah, a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Not so much, but I did.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I actually went with Slog. So he's even a little bit younger than me. So he came very young, man, very young.
Yeah, fuck.
And we didn't get any help from the older boys. I think back then, like the older boys in Europe would have been like Banos and
Mm.
it would have been fucking Urge and those guys.
Yeah, the
So
heavy boys.
yeah, so didn't really get a lot of help from those boys. But we did a bit of traveling. We painted in Italy, Germany, a few other places, and obviously ended up in Denmark. That's where my working visa was from. Slogger only came just for a short holiday, and he came back to Australia, and I set up base camp, man, and I stayed there for until I got sent home.
Fucking hell, man. What a fucking experience from
Yeah,
leaving
bro.
school
So,
to doing that shit.
and I remember, so
Fuck.
we got picked up at the airport by my mate Okan. um, Picked us up and took us to his place. He gave us some clothes because our fucking bags went missing in the airplane. So it was fucking cold, man. It was the middle of summer, but it's Copenhagen is cold, so at night time. So he gave
Yeah.
us some jumpers and shit. He gave us a bag of paint each, me and Slog, and met up with our other mate from TFS crew. Came and met us up on bicycles. First thing he said to us after saying hello, he goes, "Have you boys got bicycles, man? We just fucking got here." And he's like, all good. We're gonna go get you some bicycles. So we went out.
Bicycles.
Yeah, bro. We wrapped a bike each, me and Schlog, and because that's what everyone does there, man. You just fucking racking bikes. It's crazy.
Yeah,
So
there's not much
we got
driving going on over there, is there? It's all bikes and
uh,
fucking,
bikes and trains, and yeah,
Yeah, you don't need to
So
fucking drive too far to get to us,
yeah, so our first night there, we stole a bike, got a bag of paint, and obviously had a few beers, and off we went. So we did a long distance commuter train to start, nice end to end together, and then
Oh,
we did an S train, one of those red S trains with the bubbly sort of, they look like fucking strawberries. We did a back jump. When we're at that back jump, we're sitting there in the bush, and the train turns up, and it had like MOA panels. It had like fucking ghost RAFs from
oh,
that
MOA
say
was fucking
had
huge back
all like
then. Oh,
had fucking kings on this. Like I'm like, fuck, it's so surreal. So
mm,
fucking surreal, man. The train pulls out, another one pulls in, had fucking, whatever, like MOA panels on it again. People that you sort of look up to
yeah,
in
you've seen in Dirty Hands.
yeah, yeah, exactly. And you're like fucking in awe, like what the fuck. So, anyways, finally a clean train pulls in. We do our little, fucking little back jump, little crew pieces and that. And then later that night, we end up in the main yard in the city, kind of like the Everly of Copenhagen. And we did some
Oh,
nice ones on the. It's crazy, man. We walk in this yard, and again, there's like MOA tags and
fuck, so
AOD
much history.
tags, and yeah, man. And it's we're in this. We see the cleaner walk off, and so let's go. It was mad. So 3 panels our first night, and beers and bikes, and very very nice welcoming to Copenhagen, which is became my second home. Yeah.
Yeah, it's yeah, I guess all the locals and that when they share their knowledge, they've known this shit for fucking years. They've just been pumping this stuff. And then I guess for them it'd be a cool thing to have comes from Australia all the way
Oh,
over the other side of the
yeah.
world. And they're like, you want to come and paint our trains? What the fuck? Why don't you paint our
Yeah.
own trains?
Yeah. Well, throughout the time I was there, I got good reception from most of the people, and I was actually a bit surprised because the older boys that I used to hang around there, or that were around there, I should say, were very hospitable to me. There was a guy that writes Elsam, ELSAM. Shout out to Elsam. Fuck, big respect, man. He just such a nice dude. Like we go out and paint, and then we'd go off, catch our trains, go home, and he sent me a message like, "Did you get home all right?" I'm like, yeah, I'm fucking sweet. Like, what the fuck? I'm not used to anyone caring about me like that. But
Hospitality.
yeah. So it's mad. Like, welcome me into their homes, dinner, all that sort of shit. So it was fucking sick, and I got very active over there. Yeah, very
Yeah,
active.
there's a lot of I've heard a lot of writers when they go over there, like cunts will just like full accommodate them, like let them stay at their house and shit, and fucking
Well, yeah,
take
bro.
them out
So
for beers and all the rest of
yeah,
it. Like
yeah, exactly.
it's a
So
community.
yeah, it really is. I mean, you get a good reception from some. Some people hate foreigners. Like
Oh, okay. For
I was
hardcore
benching.
cunts.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, I was benching one day in Copenhagen, and one of my mateys that I was with, he saw one of the older boys from a rival crew. But their crews, man, they're like from the 80s. Like their beef is going back, far. It's got
Yeah,
nothing to
it's
do
all
with
the
you're
old
someone
school
that gets
mentality
dropped in it
thing.
today, but it's your crew. So this dude turns up and they have words about a certain individual that other guy's beefing with or whatever. And then he said something to me in Danish, and I said, "Man, I'm Australian," and he's like, "I fucking hate Australians. You
How
guys
you
can't."
going, mate?
You guys come here and fucking think you can just fucking bomb our lines, pen all our spots,
Oh, I can see that
and
happening.
I was just like, oh, I didn't want to bar of it. I was just like, oh yeah, whatever. Like I'm not gonna fucking whatever, bro. I'm not gonna say what I write or nothing. Yeah, sweet as.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. So what you're saying about the hospitality, you're right, man. So I was staying at a youth hostel, for about fucking 6 weeks when I was there, because I already had it booked, and I just sort of rolled on and was just paying week to week, and one day I went to pay for the week, and the person at the reception said to me, "Oh, it's only half price or whatever." And I was like, "Oh, why is that?" And they said, "Oh, because we're closed on Wednesday." I said, "Oh, what do you mean you're closed on Wednesday?" They go, "We're only open for the summer. Like we're closed." I'm like, "What?" Like I've got like fucking 3 days left of accommodation, and they're like, "Yeah, we're closed. We're running a summer hostel." And I was
What
like,
the
"Oh,
fuck?
what the fuck?" Yeah. So I was like trying to figure out what the fuck I'm gonna do. I had fuck all
Sleep on the
money.
street, bro.
Yeah. So I had fuck all money, and I reached out to a few of my mates, because my mate Okan, I instantly became mates with all his mates. Like we became crew, like instantly. Shout out to Task, Penn, Snake, all these Sork, all these lads, man. So I became very good mates with them straight away. And so I made a few phone calls, and one of my mates said, "Oh, you can stay at my place for a few weeks." Sleep on the couch. He had a studio or like a one-bedroom apartment. So I stayed on his couch for 2 months, and supposed to be 2 weeks. He helped me get a job actually. He's like, "Bro, you're a bum. You got to stop fucking racking." Like, I racked to live there. I'd rack bags of food,
Oh
and
yeah.
then he wouldn't have to buy buy any food.
Bro,
So
everyone that was going over there, I just remember I had a mate that went over there who was probably mates with you as well. He
mm,
was like, man, we just fucking rack baguettes and fucking just
yeah.
anything from the
But
like little Woolworths and shit over there just to live,
yeah,
rack all your
so
drinks, rack all your fucking just everything got racked.
yeah, well, there's a shop called Netto. It's kind of like Aldi, very similar sort of setup, like
Mm.
Aldi. So I'd walk in there with those like bags with the Netto yellow
Just,
bags with the logo on it. Walk in
yeah,
there,
yeah.
just fill them up with everything. They'd have steak. They sell beer everywhere. Beer, anything I want, I'll fill up these. Go for the best stuff, and then I'd literally just walk out the front.
Just
Just walk
walk
out.
on.
Just
Just
walk
walk
out.
on.
And I was doing that for fucking months and months and months. I got pinched once. I got pinched once, a bit different though over there. Not fully pinched. Like we're at my mate's like studio art thing, and they're all smoking. Everyone smokes hash over there. So they're all smoking hash, and they get the munchies. Let's go to the shop and get some sweets or whatever. So I racked a fucking 2 liter bottle of Coke or Pepsi, whatever. I put it down my pants. I'm trying to carry it in my jacket, and it's kind of slipping out and shit. My mate stole some, I don't know, some fucking cinnamon buns or whatever. And as we're walking out, this young girl who works there, she's like, I don't know, 15 years old or something. She grabs me and she's screaming, "You stole!" Or something. No, she's screaming something in Danish. And I said, "Oh, I don't speak
Beef.
Danish." And yeah, something like "Thief, thief," and like fucking holding me. And I was shocked. Like I kind of froze. I was like, "What the fuck is going on?" This little girl is
Yeah.
like staunching up. And I kind of just stood there for a second. She's screaming, so someone's going to come soon. My mate looked over and goes, "What are you doing? Run." So I was like,
Fighting
"Oh,
with a
yeah."
little girl.
Oof, fucking pushed her off. Not fucking hard, but just enough to break the fucking contact and just fucking hit the legs. But
Yeah.
besides that, yeah, no issues racking over there. It was too easy. Too
Yeah,
easy.
that's even paint over there, bro. I remember, yeah, someone was telling me they used to do all that shit. Saying
Oh,
like even the markets, they used to sell Montanas and all this shit for
yeah.
like $3 Australian or some shit. Like,
And well, when I was there was a graph shop in the city. If I can't actually remember the name of it off the top of my head, it's still there, I believe. You couldn't rack for that. It's like racking from 5, 6, 7. You know what I mean? I mean, you could, but you'd be a fucking
yeah,
dickhead.
you don't
You know
do
what I
that.
mean? So no, I used to, but it was affordable. And they had these Molotov black cans that were high pressure.
Mm.
So because the Spanish Montanas over there, the hardcores, in
Yeah,
the
I remember.
cold, that the pressure would be a bit weird, and the
Mm.
paint would drip and it would be shit. So Molitos, they had this black can, a high pressure black can. So they were mad for panels. So we'd buy them there at an affordable price. I didn't rack paint over there at all. But I had
Yeah,
mates that
that's
would go. I had mates that would go to. Pretty sure it was in Austria, and they would get the ultra colors, which are pretty much similar to a Montana, and yeah, bring duffel bags of that back to Copenhagen, like heaps. So, and we get heaps into the mixing paint. Put the two tins on top of each other,
hot and
and
cold.
heaps into mixing paint, and because we had no money, you know what I mean. So you're sort of trying to stretch all the paint you can, fucking in out one tin, you make like a dirty brown color. Like, yeah, sweet as.
Yeah.
So yeah.
You got any more stories from, what's it? So it's called Interrail, is it? Is it the whole system over there?
Yep.
What's the
So
Interrail
so
thing?
with the Interrails, back in the day, give up a little secret. It's not a thing anymore as far as I'm aware. So you used to someone stole like the printing machine or the software or something like that. They used to print out. So basically you'd send someone it was red hot. You used to send someone your details, your full name, your passport number, all that sort of shit, and they would print you out a fake Intrail pass and you could travel across Europe with this fake Intrail pass. You'd buy it for dirt cheap.
Ah,
It was like a fifth of the price or something like that. So a lot of the Aussies, and this is back, I'm saying like 2008 days, around 2008, roughly
yeah.
around then. That was the thing. Like everyone did that, So
Yeah, I've heard so much about
um,
this Interrail. I'm like, what the
yeah, so
fuck
you
is
can
the
get the
Interrail?
legit Interrail tickets or Eurail tickets, and you can buy them. It's just like you can go across
Mm.
Europe, with the trains, and But yeah, someone was printing fake tickets and or real slash fake tickets, So
Yeah, yeah.
you could
It's kind of
you
like
could go
Japan with
across
their
Europe.
fucking fast track, their fast rail thing. That you buy the ticket and you can just fucking travel wherever you want.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. A few boys got kicked off the trains. Some of the inspectors came and they realised that they knew by the serial number or something like that. A few
Oh,
boys got
true.
kicked off. Yeah, it's like in the middle of nowhere sometimes. Like, just get out. Fuck, you're in country fucking Germany. So get out of town. So yeah, so it's definitely like a risk in that respect. And some people got arrested for it and stuff. But for the most part, it was a good little thing. Yeah.
Yeah. How many systems do you reckon you've fucking touched? You've
No, not
blessed?
to be honest, not many. Even though I did live in Europe and I've been over there quite a few times. Uh, if you're talking in Australia, probably just Sydney, Brisbane, Melbourne. That's it in Australia. I haven't done the whole WA or Adelaide, or I
Yeah,
haven't
yeah, yeah.
done, yeah, I haven't gone on to the
Like
crazy places.
Europe wise.
Yeah, no, not many places, man, because I
Because
kind of got stuck.
they're only fucking like what are they? Like an hour or two in between each country, so you can just fucking,
Oh
you
no,
know.
it depends. You can catch a train; it could be like 12 hours to another country. Depends where you are,
Oh
But
yeah, but
yeah,
if
you
you're
can you can
flying,
get flights everywhere and stuff. Yeah, you get flights in a couple of hours all over the place. Yeah, so
yeah.
no, not many places. To be honest with you, because I got stuck. Not in a bad way, but I based myself there, and that was my home in Copenhagen. So I painted in Germany, painted in Italy. I've painted in Slovakia.
Wow.
Yeah, a few other places, but pretty much Copenhagen was again, it was like home. I call it my home, my second home. So I based myself there, and I just yeah, I don't know. I was content. I had local back jump, probably 10-minute walk from my place. There was a yard, maybe 20 minutes to walk from my place. Short train ride or bicycle ride all
And
over
you
the
were
place.
working over there, or you just fucking?
So I was for the most of the time I wasn't working, but I did get some work, cash and hand work, doing some demolition work.
Oh, okay.
I got real good money. So the I don't know the whole who I was working for, some bikies or something, and they were we used to meet up on a Friday, half day. So you do a half day on a Friday, meet up at a pub, and they give you an envelope full of cash. It was very,
Cashies. Go the
it was very,
cashies.
yeah, very, very red hot, full like, and Danish money, their currency is quite inflated in respect. So it's like, yeah, here you might earn say $500 over there, you earn like 2,000 kronas. So I remember
Yeah.
just getting this like wad of like, all these notes, going fuck, felt like a fucking baller. But yeah, I ended up getting a real good deal of this unit in the city, or just a room in a unit in the city, through a mate of mine, very very cheap. And so
Oh,
I was in like pretty much in the heart of the city, just running amok. It was mad.
oh, fuck. So what's the style of living over there? Like pretty chill, like compared to Sydney, bro. Fuck, Sydney's so fast paced. Fucking every cunt's angry on the roads and shit. That's mayhem here. Like every
Yeah,
every person I know that comes to Sydney goes, "Fuck, this place is hectic."
yeah.
What's it like over there, man?
Well, you got to consider, I was young and I was just involved in graff and drinking and smoking and whatever else. I wasn't like
So not
getting,
worried about
I
much.
wasn't, yeah, I wasn't, and I was out mostly at night and things like that. But like, it's definitely not like Sydney. It's not as busy. The way of life, everyone's got a very high standard of living. Um, it's I don't know. I love it, man. It's a great place. I recommend it to anyone to go there.
Yeah.
I actually met a lot of Aussies over there too over the years, man. We're walking down the street. Actually, it was Slog and I walking down the street, coming back from another yard. We're walking past a different yard. And it's like, again, in the city where you got like, you got Mactowns, you got Everleigh, you got, the Central, all these sort of
Yeah,
like
yeah,
chains
all around
everywhere.
there.
So we're coming back from one, we walk past the other one. These two big lads run out of this bush from this yard and they jump out onto the street and they're maybe like 20 meters in front of us. They look back and, they just keep walking. We keep walking. We're like, fuck, I hope they're not fucking like, gonna fucking, oh, you paint our yard or whatever, because you do get sometimes a bit of hostility, So
Mm.
as we're walking, like, fuck, they're walking in the same direction. They kept turning back and looking at us, and they're older boys, and they start slowing down, so we start obviously catching up. And then one of them turns over and says, "Oh, do you know where we can get beer from?" In a full Aussie accent. And like, do you speak English? Do you speak English? Do you know where we can
What
get
are you
beer?
right, bruh?
Yeah, I started laughing and I was like, "Oh, I saw you come out of the yard and you guys have some fun." And it's like, "Oh, yeah, so yeah, we did too, It's sort of, and it turns out it was that they didn't tell us what they wrote and we didn't tell them what we wrote. Turns out it was
Yeah.
runs
Oh,
from
Melbourne. Oh
and
no, from where's he from?
oh,
Yeah.
no, Melbourne runs,
Yeah,
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 yeah.
yeah.
And Burko. So, yeah, so we saw their shit running the next day. Pretty sure Scum was with him as well, but
No way.
because we saw his panels running a few days later. So
That's fucking
um,
hilarious, bro.
yeah,
What are the
um,
chances, eh?
man, yeah.
Fuck.
Like I'll tell you about the Italy thing I told you before about meeting
Yeah.
people in the yard. So the first time we went to that yard in Naples, we're walking in and the local said we can only spend 45 minutes. I'm like, fuck, only wow, what a shame. I was like, holy fuck.
45
Like,
minutes.
yeah, man. Like only,
Fucking
oh my
hell.
goodness. So yeah, so we're walking in with this grand idea that we're gonna do some fucking end-to-end full color fucking wild style. And as we're walking into the yard, we see these two guys that were ahead of us, not a part of our group, like we saw them ahead with duffel bags, and they just fucking hit the legs and ran. And
No.
the Italians that were with, they grabbed the bags and like, oh, paint, haha, and shaking the cans and stuff. We see where those guys run off to, and they're hiding behind the sort of pylons that we ran off to after those whole cars. And they kept looking, they're like poking their heads, looking at us. And so we're kind of like,
Mexican standoff.
yeah, we're like, come back. So two guys kind of came back all hesitant. And they're like, can we have our bags back? And he turns like, where the fuck are you from? Who are you? Rah, rah. And I'm pretty sure the boys, they were Hungarian. And they're just like, oh man, we're just for Hungary. We just like fucking, how do you know about this yard? Oh, we just found it on Google Maps or whatever it was
Fucking
back then.
hell.
You know what I mean? And then it sort of became civil. Oh, okay, like we can all paint, all good. And then the Hungarians like, oh, but we just have a few other friends like down there hiding. And it's like, how many friends? And it was like fucking 10 of them.
Oh,
So
what?
yeah, so we all fucking grouped together and had a chat, and that's where I met Ekers, Cones, Tex, and a few other
Fuck.
lads. Yeah, met him on the tracks,
Did a
and
whole train.
yeah, well we had a group this discussion, and the Italians are like, okay, we can only spend 25 minutes. So
What? Yeah,
yeah,
give
yeah.
them
So
give them
so
half the
we went
time.
in there. We went in there like fucking 15 of us or something, and did fucking yeah. It's panel. I think I did 3 panels.
Fucking
Yeah.
hell.
So that
That's
was good.
wild.
Yeah. But I've got
Yeah.
another story in Sydney actually. This is 2007.
Yeah, wait, hang on.
Um,
Let me just go back to that story. Hang
yeah,
on. Let me just
yeah,
fucking pick this little fucking nugget.
yeah. Pick it apart. Yeah.
Oh, bro, yeah, because some of the story, like even the DVDs and shit I used to watch from like Dirty Hands and all that, some of the European cunts are fucking like. I thought Sydney cunts were aggressive, but there's some fucking wild dudes in the European scene.
Oh yeah,
What
yeah.
like what kind of shit did you see from these cunts that were like full hardcore dudes?
And
Any fucking hectic stories, or are they pretty? Well, I guess because you're pretty sweet with them, but did you have any?
no, no. Look, there's so I never really had issues to be honest when I was over there. But
Hmm.
but I remember there was one yard Hoytastrup in Copenhagen, and there was this old MOA dude uh, that they used to frequent that area, and they called him Danny the Hammer because he always used to carry a hammer around. He'd fucking yeah, bash cunts with a hammer. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
So it was always. I mean, I painted the yard a few times, but it was always a bit like, fuck. They like seriously. If you bump in this cunt, just fucking leg it. Don't even. He's a psychopath. He'll fucking stab you. He'll fucking hit you with a hammer
Yeah.
just for painting the yard. You know. I never
Mm.
run into him. I never run into him, but yeah, you're always a bit sort of cautious. Like, fuck, some schizo is going to come out with a fucking hammer. You know, for painting the
Yeah.
yard,
Okay.
but I never had problems. You know, I was respectful and I stayed out of the MOA yard, Clattenburg, stayed out of it.
Okay. So they had that shit on lock, and just anyone that went in there, there's some come wait in the fucking
Look,
bushes. Just don't touch my yard, you dog.
no, yeah, if they saw you, would probably, yeah, you'd probably be on. But yeah, I had other yards. Man, there's yards everywhere. And Copenhagen's a great city, so I went out there
Mm.
once just to have a look at the MOA yard, and yeah, it's crazy. It's nice, like bush on the side and all that sort of stuff. But it's like I was doing 3 panels a week. Yeah,
Yeah. Wow.
I didn't need to go and start problems with people. So
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. No, I just thought there'd be some fucking crazy dudes over there. Like, anyway,
yeah.
but let's go back into your was it 2007 story you told me?
Yeah. So I'm fucking sitting at home and the news is on or whatever, and I hear that there's a uh, a train on the Harbour Bridge. Something happened with the fucking roof of the train and it hit the overhead wires, high winds or something, and it hit the wires and it fucking shorted the electricity or something.
Shut
So,
the system
so
down.
yeah, shut the system down. And I looked at the time and I was like, you know, say 3:30 in the afternoon or something, give or take. And I was thinking to myself, what's going to be a go at that time of the day over north? So if anyone knows a certain yard down there that is parked, during the day, and then they
Mm.
shoot off at peak hour. So I was like, man, that yard's going to be full. Like the whole yellow line is shut down. So this is going to take hours to fix that. Into the nighttime, there's gonna be trains in that yard, which is only during the day. So I called and said, "Fuck, let's go." Got our bags, and we didn't have a car. We caught public transport. I think we even walked over the bridge, to be honest, from the city, and um, and we went down there. What do you know? The fucking yard was packed with trains. So we
Fuck.
we, we were watching it, and for quite a while. And the secchi was doing 1 hour checks. 1 hour checks. One secchi doing 1 hour
That's
checks. So
that's a
I'm
little bit of
calling.
time.
I'm calling. Yeah, I was calling some of the boys from Redline, like even Goose and slogging that, and I was like, "Fuck, come down, bring bolt cutters and come down. Like it's party time, you know."
Mm.
And they're like, "Nah, nah. By the time we get down there, like it's all gonna be back online." So they actually end up. I think they gave us Brace's number. Do you remember Brace?
Yeah, I
Braes.
remember him. Yeah.
Called Brace, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm on my way." He turns up with like fucking 2, 3 carloads of cunts. It was yeah, bro. It
The
was like
secret's out.
yeah, it was like Coup, Menace, Spen, Codix, Reap, rest in peace. Figure, rest in peace.
Fucking hell, man.
Um, I can't even remember who else was there. It was me, Giles, Skase. I can't even remember. It was
Every cunt in Sydney.
yeah, it was heaps of people. Yeah,
Every
yeah,
train rider.
exactly. So yeah, we there was like fucking, I don't know, 10, 15 of us. I can't even remember, and we went in there and I think I did three of my own panels. I did a
Three.
crew, yeah, I did a crew panel with
Fucking
Giles.
hell.
Giles did about 5 panels.
Should have kept it to
Um,
yourself.
yeah, yeah, should have.
Looking back on it.
But yeah, and we were sort of some of the boys they pissed off and we're gonna go get whole car paint and they ran off
That's
and
fucking wild.
from memory, Codix, shout out Codix, he broke his arm or something, so he was in a sling, so he was just keeping an eye out. He wasn't painting from memory. And anyways, it was Menace was I remember Menace was like doing his aura or whatever, and the Seki opens the door from the inside of the train, like pretty much where he was painting. So like, oh fuck, jigs up, we got to go, time to leave. So
Mm.
not a big chase, but we end up Giles and I were like, fuck it, we're gonna wait till this train pulls out, even if it's first service or whatever, and we get flicks of it and photos of it running. So we went up to North Sydney Station, and we waited for the station to open, and it rocked in and got mad footage and that. But
Fuck.
when we're waiting outside, we saw this car pull up, and they're kind of looking at us, these people in the car, and they're kind of like talking to each other and looking at us. They kind of sussed us out for like 30 seconds, like a while, like kind of staring at us, and then they kind of drove off. I believe I could be wrong.
That's sus.
I believe that was GTF because
Yeah, for
we
sure.
in the tunnel, Maze, I'm pretty sure Gizem, Gamble, and some others, maybe Pews and that, they did the tunnel at the same time and they got the chase. So,
Ah, okay.
so, so I think they're looking and they know the boys' faces. They're looking at us and oh, that's not them, and drove off. So it was yeah, great. Yeah, yeah, good. It was good. Yeah,
Yeah, the fucking the train scenes, especially around that time, man. It was oh, I didn't really get into it, but I got into it a bit more later on. But
yeah,
every time there was like a fucking Turmo, remember the STNs? Fucking,
yeah.
you rock up to an STN and there's fucking carloads of cunts waiting to paint. You're all just sitting there waiting together. Or who's this guy? It's fucking,
Yeah,
it's like, oh, I can't even be fucked if there's going to be fucking 20 people painting this train. Like it was, but there was good times there too. It was fun. But
yeah,
it's
man.
not, it's
Yeah.
nothing on your level, bro. It's just a little
Man,
shit kicker.
you know what, like, yeah, I've obviously done a few, but there's a lot of boys that have done a lot more than me. I've kind of come in and out of the scene. Like after getting done a few times, good behavior bonds, and the incident that happened in Europe, which we can discuss.
Yeah.
It sort of pulls me back into line doing other stuff, and then I sort of get back into it, and then I kind of drift in and out.
The
So.
bug never leaves.
Yeah, look, at the moment, I'd say I'm just a tourist painter now. Like when I'm away, when I go on holidays, if the going is good, I'll have a crack. But
Opportunity arrives.
yeah,
Mm,
yeah. But to
why
be
not?
honest, it's not a big itch anymore. I feel like the things that I wanted to do when I was young, I've done.
You've done your time,
Um,
mate. You've done your time.
yeah, like I feel like graph is kind of like drinking salt water. You know what I mean? Like he's gonna keep getting thirsty. He's gonna want more and more and more.
Oh yeah.
So it's like, I love it, but at the same time, not a kid anymore. Got other commitments now. So,
Yeah, you've grown up,
um,
mate. You've grown up.
yeah, some will say I haven't, but yeah.
Mate, you're always a 16-year-old at heart. I reckon every bloke in the world is like, I'm still 16 in my brain, but my body's just fucking shutting down. I
Yes.
realize that coming towards like 40 now. I'm like, fuck, I
Yeah, I'm
can't
not
do the
far off.
same shit I used to do.
I'm not far off, man.
Yeah, man, it's funny, but can you want to go into any of your like when you got done or anything like that?
Yeah, bro. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
yeah, we can. I
how'd that
think,
come about?
I think that in Sydney is probably maybe one that I won't speak too much about, but
Yeah, yeah,
just
whatever you
because
can.
like even though we did get sort of I had been snapped here somewhat red-handed. Um, there's still question marks on whose piece was whose and whose word is what. So I probably don't want to go too much into that, but
Yeah,
I had an incident overseas which led me to get sent back home. So happy to talk about that.
yeah,
Yeah,
let's get into that, mate. Let's fucking run that through. Let's
yeah,
go.
bro. So we we were meeting up with this lad, one of the end of the line yards. He lived locally, and we'd be painting with him a bit. And this is in Copenhagen, and we started painting there pretty frequently. And I remember one weekend we did four whole cars. Yeah, yeah, like next to each other. It was like yeah, it was like fuck from memory, FIOC, TFS, Avoid, Ekers or whatever. Like, and then we went back the next day to get flicks, and then the boys went in and painted on the other side of the train during the day on the back of the whole car, and then we went back the week. You know what I mean? It was just we started getting really like cocky.
Get
Real,
red hot.
just yeah, it's fucking yeah, red hot, yeah, exactly. So we're going back to that yard a bit too much, and so we went back to that yard. We had a spotter outside on the phone, and we went in. There was five of us, including myself, and I think from memory, because I got footage of it still. I think 15-minute panel. I did it pretty quick, and then I was just sort of like just literally doing cutbacks on my panel. I was doing little barcodes in my 3D, little bells and whistles, little sign off, just like because the boys were still going, so I was just sort of tidying mine up. And I looked down the track. Actually, we hear a big bang actually halfway through the piece. Halfway
Ooh.
through, big bang, and we kind of dropped it. We looked around, looked in the train, spoke on the phone to old matey, and like we didn't know what the fuck that bang was. So we kind of just disregarded it and we kept painting. I still don't know what that was. And yeah, so then 15 minutes in, just doing my bits and pieces. I looked down through the fucking
Tunnel.
yeah, no, not tunnel. Just the trains, just down the corridor of the trains, and see cunts running at us with flashlights, and I was like, oh fuck, it's on. So I ran down, opposite direction. Obviously, came to a fence, but this is razor wire fence. You can't jump this fence. You know what I mean?
Ugh.
So I fucking ran to the front of the trains, ran to the back in the direction that the people running. It was coppers they were running to us from. I see a hole in the fence. I actually didn't even know that hole existed, and I fucking slid out under that hole. One of my mates actually jumped the razor wire fence, and
Ugh.
yeah, fucking knocked. I think he kind of shimmied up a pole and jumped it, so he was sweet. So we scattered, man. I pretty much ran like only, I would say, 4 meters, and I got crash tackled by cops.
Oh
We got
no.
raided hard. Yeah, they're screaming at me in Danish, and so I don't speak Danish, and they're like, English. I was like, yeah, and they're like, you're fucked now. You're going to jail. Yeah,
You're
yeah, you're
fucked.
you're fucking you're going to jail forever or whatever all this shit. You owe us
Yeah,
like a
forever
million a
for doing a
million
piece.
kronas, all this sort of shit. Tell us who your mates and that. And I said, no comment. I don't know what you're talking about. So, got taken back to
Don't
the
speak English.
station. Yeah, got taken back to the station, and put in a holding cell. They came in and said, "Oh, can you get up and have your interview?" I just looked up and said, "No comment." But I was laying on the floor on the mattress, said no comment, and they're like, "Fucking, oh, for fuck's sake," slammed the door shut on me. I fell asleep, and then next morning, because they didn't release me, I went to court. Next morning, I was in court, and I'm there, and I see two of the lads two other foreigners that I was with, and I didn't know they got done. I don't know who got done,
Yeah.
and they try to I try to talk with them, and the cops like, yeah, you just can't talk, like you got to
Yeah,
sit here and shut up.
fuck.
But then because we were foreigners, we were entitled to a translator, so we got put into a different room with a translator. So the three of us, one translator, and then we got our story right.
Mm.
Um, so at first we were just in the area and got scared and ran, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they're
Just
like, all
like
right,
just
so
yeah, just tourists.
yeah, yeah. Yeah. So they said, all right, so and keep in mind I had footage of the whole thing which they got. um so the magistrate or whatever, she said, okay, look, we need to investigate, and the investigation could take up to a month or so. So we're gonna hold you in remand because you guys because you
Oh,
guys because you guys are a flight risk. We're gonna hold you in remand
fuck.
while we carry out the investigation. Could take a month, could take 2 months, and
Oh
then
my
and then
God.
and then you'll be sentenced afterwards. Or if you say that you're guilty, then you'll get a few weeks, and
Of course. Yeah.
and
Little
we'll
little
we'll
fucking cherry.
yeah, you'll get
Happy
a
cherry.
I think it was 40,000 krona fine, which worked out to be about 10,000 Aussie at the time, and
Oof.
you get deported, and you'll be banned from the Schengen area for 4 years. So Schengen area is kind of like the Eurozone. It makes up about 27, 26 countries of Europe, all the good ones.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
yeah, so I spoke to the boys, and we just copped it. We said, yeah, fuck it. That's at least, we know our fate. So
Oh, so he took the
yeah,
deal.
yeah, bro, we took it, yeah. And the funny
Fucking
thing
hell.
is,
10 grand.
yeah, yeah.
Fuck.
So the funny thing is, man, they said to us as well, you're going to be held in like a kind of rural country sort of farm sort of jail thing. It's kind of like more of a detention center. It's not
Oh,
really
sounds
like a
crazy.
prison. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, so I was like, oh, yeah, that's not so
You've been there
bad.
for fucking
And
10
then
years.
yeah, bro, and then as I'm getting taken to this farm, I was like, why am I going to the city? Like, where is this place? And they're like, no, you're not going there. And I was like, no, the magistrate said I'm going there. They're like, nah, sheer
Oh,
bullshit is that?
dodgy.
Yeah. So next minute I'm in the fucking like maximum fucking security in Copenhagen.
Fuck.
Yeah, yeah.
Fucking hell.
So
How was that?
bit daunting to be honest with you. So walking in, get strip searched or whatever, not a problem. Get taken to my cell. But this is where things get a bit weird. So the screw, he shows me my cell, single cell by myself, and he kind of steps in, and I'm like thinking, what the fuck? Why is he in here? I put my back to the wall. I'm thinking he's gonna try to fucking do something. He's gonna try to fight
Yeah.
me or fucking I don't know.
Trying to
So
fucking rape you.
yeah, bro. So I'm like I'm in a foreign country in fucking prison. So I'm thinking. fuck, what's gonna happen? And he's like, oh, you're the Australian. I saw you on TV, and
Oh, what?
I was like, yeah, yeah, I don't want to talk about it. He's like, no, 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 like graph's cool, man. And I was like, yeah, no, I don't want to talk about it.
Snitch.
And then then he sits down on the bed, and I'm like, this guy's fucking weird, man.
Yeah.
And
Oh.
fucking yeah.
Oh, what?
And he goes, I'm a writer too. And I was like, what the fuck? Yeah. So, anyways, I'm not going to give up his tag
Yeah, yeah,
because
no, we'll keep
he
that out.
probably doesn't want people to know that he's
No, no,
true.
no, no.
But anyways, he got me sort of in contact with the boys, and he gave me the ins and outs of the place, and he looked after me, man. So I was only in there for some weeks, not a long time,
Fucking, but
but
even
even
weeks is
but but
fucking,
but
that's rough.
even it's like my second day there, another screw knocks on the door. He's like, "Do you want to work?" And I said, "What do you mean? Why the fuck would I want to work for?" And he's like, "You get money for buy up. They didn't call it buy up. They called it something else over there. You get money for buy up. You get out of your cell because they do at the time when I was there, they did 23 lock-ins and then
Oh,
1 hour out in the courtyard to walk around. Maybe because of the winter, I don't know why it was like that, or something had happened. I'm not sure.
mm,
So I was in a cell by myself for 23 hours,
fuck.
and a lot of reflection in that time. I'll tell you that, a lot of reflection. But
Oh,
when I got sent home, to be honest with you, I didn't really I don't know, it didn't really phase me at the start, and I kept painting, like I went up yeah, like I was up, painting trains in Brizzy, flying over to,
no way.
flying over to New Zealand, doing whole cars in New Zealand, and you know,
So getting locked up doesn't really work, does it?
oh fuck it, it didn't for me, eh? I don't know. It's like, I guess,
It-
yeah, the painful thing was been banned from Europe for 4 years, so, but
yeah.
but you know what, blessing in disguise, because it did get to a point where I started pulling my head in, I did an apprenticeship and,
Mm,
started to like, you know, focus on life, so got more into the legal walls as well. I was doing a lot of productions with like Hurl and, I don't know, like we did a bunch of walls, like painting down the dome, skills, shout out to skills, US crew.
yeah, Skills
We,
US. Yeah, I
yeah,
remember him.
we did a lot of productions together.
Bondi Wall.
Yeah, with the
Yeah.
FF boys, with the US boys, so doing a lot of getting into like more the art side of things. But for me, I think with time, it wasn't enough. I think for me, the love really was trains, and so when that sort of started backing off a bit, it was slowed down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then fuck, when did this kind of like drop off where you got done and then you started going to the mural stuff?
Man,
When was this?
2009 was when I
Oh, so that was like
got
a
in.
fucking, that was only like a 5 year stint, really.
Yeah, but got into it in that. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
fuck.
2009 was when I got done. 2010, I'm still paying trains, and then
Fuck.
it started to sort of start to back off. Like doing here
Yeah.
or there, but then it became more 2010, 11, 12. That sort of stuff. Doing more murals, or no, maybe not murals. Just trying to do nicer pieces. Going to a
Mm.
a day spot and just putting a little bit more effort in, and doing pieces and just odds and ends, things here or there. As I said, I'm a bit of a tourist writer now, so
Yeah.
when in Rome, so I'll go and do some track sides or try a train or something. But yeah,
And
that's
then
me.
when did you start like kind of like calming down and then thinking like, oh,
Man, I
maybe
would
start a
say,
family or something or.
yeah, around that 2012 mark, 2013 mark. So
Fucking hell, that's pretty early. Like,
yeah,
are you younger than me? I'm 40,
Yeah,
so
yeah, I'm a few years younger than you. Yeah, so I
yeah,
think
fuck, wow.
I went because there was other things going on. There was other things going on in my life. I was getting into other sort of mischief, like going out and doing stupid things, getting arrested and things like that. So yeah, I was pretty bad on it at the time, like my emotions, I should say. Getting a bit angry and doing some stupid
Yeah.
shit. So I had a few wake up calls, got arrested a few times for other shit, and I had a few wake up calls, and I stopped drinking. I pulled the pin on drinking. Not saying I'm done, but it was I need to just back off and sort my shit out, like in here. So
Mm,
I backed off and didn't touch anything. No opinions, no smoking, nothing.
mm,
And life started getting better. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Like
funny that.
yeah, so like I started training, got into my weights,
Oh,
you
truth.
know, got a good missus at the time, you know, and started saving money and then just doing like normal shit. Like my
Yeah,
missus
being
like,
a
I want to go,
citizen.
yeah, she's like, I want to go to Thailand. And I was like
Well, that's the wrong place
I
to go
never
to,
went on a
bro.
holiday before, like a holiday, like it's for grass, you know what I mean? So what are we gonna do? Is go to the beach, go eat good food, like fucking drink? What do you mean? Like, oh, I stopped drinking, but you know what I mean? Like go do stuff.
Yeah.
So started just going on holidays, you know. So we went over to the States as well. Obviously I did a bit of painting over there. Shout out to Hurl, because he was living in LA at the time. So caught up, painted Venice Beach. You know those walls at Venice Beach? If
Oh,
you
yeah,
don't
yeah,
know,
yeah.
have a look, you know.
Oh,
So
yeah. Yeah.
did a few little things there, and yeah, just started being a bit more normal. Yeah, as I said, did an apprenticeship as well. Was chasing the money, working a couple jobs, trying to kick some financial goals and health
Oh, that's
goals and
good.
stuff. So yeah, yeah, man.
Yeah, wow. And then you had a kid, I think. Yeah.
Yeah,
Or
bro. So I was traveling Europe again. I mean, I love Europe, man. I could, yeah, I've been there.
man,
So
I can
I
tell you
was, yeah.
fucking love that place. I can tell by
So
your eyes.
yeah, bro, it's my eyes. Yeah. Yeah, so then I was traveling Europe in 2015. Just I caught up with the boys over there, but I told myself I just want to be a backpacker. You know what I mean? I don't want this
Yeah,
trip. I
just be a
just
normal
don't.
cunt.
I didn't paint once. I was there for 4 months. I'm not like I traveled everywhere. I went all the way from Iceland down to Turkey to man. I've been to fucking so many countries in Europe: Croatia, fucking Slovakia, you know,
Wow.
Hungary, France, Germany, Austria.
Everywhere.
Yeah, Sweden. Yeah, exactly. When I went all over the place, you know, London, and I met a girl over there. So
Oh.
yeah, so we yeah.
So she's not an Aussie? Like,
No, she's from over there. So
yeah, wow.
European. Yeah, got married and had a few kids and
Wow.
yeah, bro. Now I'm here, yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah. So
How's
life
the change from being a fucking scallywag to fucking
uh,
having kids, bro? It's a fucking it's a fucking
yeah,
big difference, isn't it?
yeah, of course, yeah. But I love it. I love it. It's the best thing I've ever done. You know, having
Yeah.
kids. I live through my kids, you know what I mean? Like you know what I mean? Like I'm really
How's
really
your kids coloring in? I'm sure it's pretty good.
You know, it's so interesting. As much as you know, I know that there's a lot of benefits of graph, and I know some people get their kids into graph. Don't get me wrong. I've gone and scoped out some spots with my son before. He didn't know what was going on. You know what I
We're
mean?
just
But
going for a little excursion down to the
yeah,
train tracks.
yeah, it's literally like I'm not going to put him on the live tracks, but you know, like
Yeah, yeah, I know what
get
you
him
mean,
like
man.
yeah, walk through a few funny places with him, you know, and he's got no idea what's going on.
Yeah.
And no, man, I just push my kids into sports, you know. My kids do a lot of
Yeah.
sports and they're kicking a lot of goals. Really resilient. My kids,
Literally
man.
kicking goals.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, some
Yeah.
combat sports and stuff. So
Oh yeah,
just
nice.
yeah, man, just focusing on the kids is great, man. It's the best. I think I want to give my kids what I never had. So
Yeah.
it's yeah, because I had a pretty challenging upbringing.
Mm.
So trying to give them everything. Not spoil them, but you know what I mean, give them all the opportunities, you know. Put them in a good
Yeah.
school, give them they want to play sports, soccer, jiu-jitsu, swimming. Let's do it, you know what I mean? So stay away from iPads, stay away from screens. We're doing stuff. We're out busy, you know. So
Yeah.
um yeah, it's mad. It's the best thing I've ever done.
Yeah, it's an interesting challenge. Like, I've thought about it so much with my kids, man. It's like, do you give them everything, or and they turn into spoiled little cunts,
Yeah,
or
yeah,
do you
exactly.
just like not kind of deprive them of stuff, but you kind of do have to do that, so it kind of instills a bit of drive in them because otherwise they're just
Oh,
gonna get given shit. You know what I mean? I
for
think a lot of
sure.
parents these days kind of give them everything because they want their kids to have everything they didn't have.
Yeah,
But I
yeah,
think it
yeah.
works. I think it works opposite, which they get entitled and then
Yeah, they
yeah,
start. Yeah, then they don't appreciate.
there's
Then
no
yeah,
drive.
yeah, that's right. So that's what I've seen anyway. Because I've gone through phases where I spoil my kids, and then they turn into rat bags and they're ungrateful. You know, so
Exactly,
it's
man.
like
Yeah.
you know we walk into a shop and my son's like, oh, I want, for example, I don't know something. You know, like Pokemon cards, for argument's sake. You know,
Yeah.
mate, they're like $5. I could buy. You know, yeah, why not? But
Yeah.
it's like sometimes I'm like, no, like we're not here to buy that today. You know what I
Man,
mean?
you got to
Like
work for that. Go
we gotta
fucking
be,
mow the
yeah,
lawn.
yeah, we gotta be responsible with money. Not that we can't afford $5, but just trying to say we don't just spend money like this.
Yeah,
You know
man.
what I mean?
It's a
So
it's a
it,
weird juggle, eh? It's funny. Yeah.
yeah. I like my missus pulls me up on it a fair bit, like spending too much money on the kids, but
Yeah, well, you just the urge
like
is just too much to be like, yeah, fucking have Air Max 90s, have them like straight away. Whereas we were like, oh, we got hand me downs, so it's
yeah,
like,
yeah, exactly. But
uh,
I believe it or not, I used to lay by shoes. Do you remember lay by?
yeah, yeah, man,
Yeah,
yeah,
so you put a deposit down, you'd pay it off over like 3 months or something to
yeah,
get
yeah,
it. So like back in the day,
yeah. But
So
they still got that
it,
now with that fucking whatever pay it is, or
no, I think that shit now is like pay later. So you get the item now and then you pay it over time.
yeah,
Where
yeah, yeah. Oh,
you
yeah, the
used to
lay-by
yeah, you
thing.
used to
Yeah, I remember
leave
Toys
it
R
at
Us used to
yeah,
have that.
yeah, you used to leave it at the shop and you'd
Yeah,
have to keep paying it to get it. Yeah. So it was like fuck. So yeah,
you'd have to work up to it. You'd have to
after
fucking
that,
mow your
yeah,
lawns, fucking.
yeah,
Dad,
yeah.
what else do you want done? Fucking do the dishes or some
Yeah,
shit.
yeah, exactly. Cleaning the neighbor's car and that.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Go get a lemonade stand out the front of the house and fucking sell some shit.
Yeah, exactly.
But no, it's cool, man. That's awesome. Yeah, but what type of music were you into? Like from when you were younger, did it change in your life or did you
Yeah,
just,
man. I to be honest, I was a big Eminem fan. To be honest,
real Slim
yeah.
Shady,
So
please stand up. Did
yeah,
you
yeah.
dye your hair
So
blonde and shit as well or what?
yeah, 100%. Yeah, for
Yeah, so did
sure.
I.
And man, so I had a mate actually in primary school. He had the CD. I'm pretty sure it was Snoop Dogg Dog Pound.
Mm,
And I heard that when I was, I don't know, like 11 or 12 or something, and it fucking blew my mind.
that was it.
And then I got a hold of the Marshall Mathers LP
Oh,
Stan and all those songs, and I just loved rap, and hip hop. So I would say yeah, I think as I got a bit older, I think maybe because of the graffiti culture, the graffiti scene, I started listening to more Oz rap, like
oh, okay.
like the Bliss and Essos, the Hilltop Hoods,
Oh,
the Funk Wars and that sort of
Funkles,
stuff.
Vents,
Yeah,
fucking,
yeah. So
yeah.
got into Bigfoot and like a lot of Aussie
I probably
underground.
went to a couple of gigs with you and I don't remember.
Probably, yeah. So, yeah. I mean, I went to see Bliss and SL a few times and Hilltop Hoods at the Horton Pavilion and stuff.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
yeah, definitely got into the Aussie music. I think because of the graph scene, but
Yeah.
but then I think as I started like clubbing and shit like that, you sort of music changes.
EDM and
I
fucking,
got into the dubstep and all that sort of shit, and you
oh,
fucking.
shit.
Yeah, eating the pingers and listening to Skrillex and fucking going to festivals and that. So
Yeah,
festival
bro.
days were good. Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny,
So
man.
yeah, I
Like,
think
yeah, you get the true hip hop heads or whatever. I mean, like the true graffiti guys, like, oh, hip hop only and stuff. But most graffiti guys, they do listen to fucking pretty much everything. Like, oh,
yeah,
yeah, like recently, man, I've been listening
yeah,
to, oh, but even back in the day, man, like going to all the festivals, big day outs, and all that shit. Fucking just
yeah, man.
rock,
Yeah.
because
I
rock
think
was fucking huge back in the day. Like it was massive. That was the biggest thing, rock. And then all of a sudden, hip hop hip hop turned mainstream, and then it turned into like R&B,
yeah,
hip hop, and it took over rock. And now rock is, oh, not now, but like there was a time in between that where rock just died. Like there was so many rock
yeah.
artists that I used to listen to,
But
and
man,
now
I
they're
think
gone.
as I sort of
Like
got
Muse
older,
and fucking
yeah.
who else was there? I can't remember, but yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah, as I got older and I sort of like I think maybe I thought to myself, I'm in graph, I need to listen to hip hop or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah,
But
it's like a locked in
as
thing.
I got older, and you start maturing and you start just appreciating everything, definitely started getting into some like rock music and heavy metal and stuff, even System of a Down, Red Hot
Oh,
Chili Peppers,
oh,
AC/DC,
Chili's,
all that
bro.
sort of stuff. Not and even reggae, listening to like Bob Marley,
Mm.
uh, I listen to everything, even like I don't know what genre, like is it EDM or whatever, like Flume, in the more
Oh,
recent years,
Flume,
Flume, that
yes.
sort of music. Yeah, that's sort of like I'm very sort of diverse. I think it depends on time of day and what I'm doing and even just listening to some bloody like I don't know, just. just beats and stuff, you know. And,
Yeah.
yeah. So these days, man, I just I listen to music when I'm in the car, and whatever my YouTube sort of spits out, whatever algorithm is happening at the time, and that's it. I'm a bit obsessive compulsive, so I'll find a song I like and I'll play it. I found this artist from the States. His name's Gremlin. He's just a sort of rapper, kind of positive, sad boy rap, but kind of positive, you know?
Oh
So,
no, have you gone into the sad boy rap?
well, I listen to everything, yeah. And Aussie hip hop is newer stuff, like even like Husky and Chillin'
Oh
It and all
yeah.
those guys. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
definitely got into the drill music for a while.
Yeah.
But I even like some of Enter's songs, you know what I mean?
Oh
So
yeah.
um yeah, so definitely pretty diverse in what I listen to. Yeah.
Yeah, I think yeah, like Spotify has like changed the game with like listening to different types of music because I can't even like yeah, like even my Spotify algorithm is just fully it's like it's fucking it's
All
just
over.
Dr. Dre, NWA, 50 Cent, just the standard one.
Yeah.
It just keeps playing it over and over. So
Yeah,
I
so
go
I
back
think but that's
I
sorry.
go back and I'll type into the search engine like the Triple J Hottest 100, and I'll just play the eras that I was like involved in, like the 2010s,
Yeah,
the festival times that we used to go to, and then it changes my algorithm, and I'm like, fuck yes, thank God, because
yeah.
they don't
I
have a
think
Spotify
that
doesn't have like a thing where you can play different genres in one playlist. You have to
yeah,
either
right.
listen to hip hop, rock, or blues, or fucking country. There's no blend. It's fucking.
Yeah.
It blows my mind they haven't worked out that algorithm.
Man, the algorithm sometimes drives me
It's
crazy. You know what
shit.
I mean? Because you start like I don't want to fucking like you search something and then it's
That's all it
everything.
plays.
I want something new. I want something different.
Yeah,
Yeah,
bro.
it's like yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Fucking
Oh
drives me
man, I've
mental
listened to fucking
sometimes.
Tupac's Gangster Mansion or whatever the fuck it's called like so many times. I'm like,
Yeah,
bro,
Tubs
like I'm
Mansion. Yeah, but I
even
got
fucking 50 Cent, bro. He's my boy.
yeah.
He's the fucking he's the sickest cunt ever. But I
Man,
just want to hear
I
something
got
different.
big
But
time.
they won't pass. They won't put anything else out there. It's fucking weird. But yeah.
But I smashed Tupac for years, man. Love. Yeah, he's not in my algorithm at the moment, but yeah, he'll
Yeah.
come back. Yeah, come
Yeah,
back.
it's weird, but hopefully they fix that situation because it's getting. That's why I started listening to podcasts so much now because it just kept playing the same fucking song all the time. And at the end of the year, it brings out like a thing of saying like what songs you've listened to so many times, and it's like I've listened to this song about 100 times, and I'm like, I've got 265 days in a year, and you're fucking playing this
Yeah,
to me 100
well,
times, like,
yeah, it's
but
too much.
yeah. So anyway, man, what fuck, how long have we been talking for now? It's been.
A fair while,
Bro,
couple hours or something. Yeah,
I could talk for a bit longer, but yeah, I think we
yeah,
might
man.
fucking might
Yeah,
wrap it up in a little bit. But
all right.
what do I don't know if you want to get into it, but what does your family think about you doing graft? Do they know about it? Like obviously
Um,
when you got locked up and shit, your parents probably found out about it, I guess.
yeah. So I've got a bit of a small family. Um, so got a few siblings that are not sort of in the picture.
Yeah, yeah, fair enough.
And my old man wasn't really in the picture. He lives overseas,
Yeah, yeah.
and so it's pretty much my mum and I for most of the time.
Yeah, props to her.
My mum was aware of it. Like obviously, like you see paint in the home and paint on the clothes and things like that.
Yeah,
But
blissfully unaware.
yeah, exactly. So I'd just say I'm just doing legal wars or whatever.
Yeah.
And she never really pressed me too much about it. Got in trouble a few times and always just said, oh, denied it or just oh, it was a one-off or whatever, I was stupid or whatever. So never was
Hmm.
too much. But one day I came home and she found my album because I used to print out flicks and fill up albums with it. And
My man,
yeah, I
printing
mean
off flicks. No one does that these days.
man, I've got like four albums, like
Bro, I
full.
could
Yeah,
fucking. Do you want me to show you my photo album right now?
fucking why not? Yeah,
I'll go
it's
get
up,
it. Watch
yeah,
this. I'll show you. I'll just take this off. One sec.
yeah.
All the people out there, print your fucking photos off.
I think is to be honest, I think there's nothing better than flicking through like printed. Yeah, exactly, yeah, exactly.
All right, so
I've got
that's
about four
that's
albums.
bro. Oh, what are these? 200 pockets. So there's 200 pockets in each one of these. That's two.
Yeah.
500 pocket. Bro, these are fucking heavy, bro. They're 500 each. Like
Yeah.
it's
Well.
so
Yeah.
it's like
Yeah.
yeah, man,
Show the kids. Show the grandkids. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, so I went through like I wouldn't say phase. I was printing all my flicks. And at the start it was just my pieces. And then over the years I was kind of like, fuck, I want the full memory. So
yeah,
I'd print the ones of the people that I painted with, the whole production or whatever it would be, or you know. So
yes,
I've missed, unfortunately I missed quite a bit in the early years, 2002, 3, 4. I don't have
yeah,
a lot back then as well, to be honest. It was disposable cameras. I remember getting my hands on like a 2 megapixel digital camera,
yeah, bro.
and
I've talked about that so many
yeah,
times.
yeah. So you know, and then you go to like the little Asian shop and print them out, and you'd be heaps sus on them that they're gonna call the cops on you. Yeah. So
Yeah,
yeah, so but yeah, I started printing out everyone's stuff and that I'd like paint with, you know, on the day, and so fucking got a fair few albums full of yeah, some good stuff. But I kind of when I think when I sort of stopped painting like all the time and
mm,
what do you call them, smartphones and shit, I kind of got a bit lazy with printing out photos. You know, they're not.
everyone did, man.
Yeah, so there's a big sort of gap, you know, from I don't know what year, maybe 2000. I don't know. I can't remember. Whatever.
Oh, it
Big
would have
gap
been
of stuff that I got a lot of things on hard drives now, which
yeah,
yeah,
the hard drives. Yeah, well, when that hard drive dies, which I've had
yeah.
heaps of
But
times, man. Like I've tried to put different cords into them and they still don't work. And then you got to take them
yeah,
to like a computer genius and get them to fucking fix it. And they're like,
yeah,
it's gonna cost you like $1,000 to fix it. I'm like, bro, I've already got like albums of my own ones, but I just wanted to get the other people's ones. You know what I mean? So it's good to take photos of other people's shit as well, and then you can print those cunts off.
But you know
And
how many
like,
people I've had that said they've lost their photos?
yeah, same.
I've just gone and like done a big trawl through my hard drive and
Yeah,
just sent them stuff that they didn't even have. They're like, "What
bro.
the fuck? I forgot about that." So
As soon as
it's
I
mad
mentioned
though,
on
yeah.
this podcast that I have everyone's photos, they're all hitting me up, and I'm like, I'm
You
like,
remember back in the day?
yeah, I'm like, fuck, all right, I'll send you a couple, but I can't
Yeah,
fucking send 3,000 photos.
yeah. No, exactly.
But yeah, to
Yeah,
the kids out there, mate, fucking take your photos, print them off. Like I've said
yeah.
it heaps of
Well,
times, but it does bring back some nostalgia when you
but
sit down, you have a look at it, you actually remember all your fucking pieces, man. Like you remember what you were
yeah,
doing that day, what fucking you went to a Porto's or got a fucking burger or some shit.
yeah, exactly. But I will say to all the yeah the young ones out there, don't keep them at home.
Mm.
You know how many people here in Sydney and all those
Yeah,
places,
man.
places get raided, so be smart with your stuff. So what I had was I had a bright pink laptop bag, and
Mm.
I had you know, computer and USBs and old tapes and shit like that, and my sketchbook, and I had all my graph stuff in this big, thick bright pink laptop bag, and I had it stashed in the laundry behind the washing machine. And I had a mate that had the keys, so I said, if anything ever happens, you're gonna go take that bright pink laptop bag. And what do you know? This was in Denmark. They raided my place, so
They found it.
they took me there when they raided it. They took me out of the prison, and they took me there, and they in front of me were raiding my place. And obviously they needed me to collect my stuff because I'm getting sent home, you know. So I was like, don't you guys need a warrant? And they just laughed at me and they just gone through my shit, but there was nothing there. There was nothing there. So you know, it could have been a lot worse. Could have been a lot
Yeah.
worse. I guess it depends. I guess it depends on how active you are and what you're up to. You know, I think these days, fuck the technology they've got. You know, the
Mate,
fucking
they're already on to this, I reckon.
yeah, pinging. Yeah, hey, Constable, what's his name? Bunker, fucking GTF, RVTF, cunt, Bunker. How are you, mate? No, yeah. So yeah, man. These days, they ping people's mobile phones. They know you've been somewhere just because your
Yeah,
phone
man.
signal. You know, there's fucking cameras and sensors and shit everywhere. So
Yeah. Just be
it's a
careful.
different, yeah, it's a different ball game these days. Yeah.
Yeah. But mate, it's been a fucking great chat. I think you're the first one I won't have to edit much out. So you didn't
Well,
even when I called you, bro, I messaged you like weeks ago. You're like, yeah, man, just tell me when you're ready, and you just
yeah,
jumped on.
yeah.
So
I think I'm yeah a bit of an open book. You know. Yeah, I think it's good. It's good to share. You know what I mean? Give people a bit of reality about about what can happen, because I remember when I was young and I met SPAC, US crew,
Mm,
and he brought me over to his place and he showed me he was one of the older boys that really took me under his wing,
mm,
sorry. He showed me all his flicks. The same as you, the books that you got, he's flipping through, showing me all these fucking panels and telling me stories and stuff. And he warned me, he goes, if you're going to start getting into trains, there's a high possibility you will go to jail. And I was like,
mm,
what? You know what I mean? Like, I think at that time
mm.
I had done one panel or something. I was like, really? And he's like, yeah, yeah. And he wasn't wrong, So
Yeah,
it's it's good to be aware that shit can go south pretty quick.
yeah,
And
definitely.
a lot of boys have lost their lives, so you got to be careful
Oh,
out there too. Yeah, rest in peace to Bingo quote verse, heaps of people, So
yeah,
entree, yeah,
yeah. It's been a lot, especially
yeah.
recently. I won't go into it too much.
Huda,
I've already talked about it, man.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
a
rest in
fucking
peace, yeah. But I
it's
mean,
shit, man.
like not due to drugs and stuff, just getting hit
Oh
by
no, no,
trains and falling out of trains and
yeah, man. Just
all that sort of
accidents, man.
stuff. Yeah,
Accidents.
yeah, yeah, exactly. So,
But I think we might end this now. But before we go,
mm,
give me some life advice.
just be resilient. Just be resilient. You know what I mean? In anything that you do, just keep having a crack. For me, a lot of things haven't come easy, so just perseverance and just fucking if life knocks you down, just get back up. But
Yeah,
that's it, man.
yeah, that's sweet.
Yeah, bro.
Beautiful,
Um,
beautiful advice, mate.
yeah. Before I go though, if I just want to shout out to,
Yeah, I was gonna say
I know
shout out to
I feel
any.
like everything I've said, shout out to this person, shout out to this person,
No, no, man. That's what
but
happens in
shout
this
out
space.
to all the US boys, the ARC boys, and the in Europe the TFS and ACFS as a AC ACS boys. So, yeah, a lot of good lads. Yeah, love you boys. So, yeah, that's it.
Yeah, awesome, man. Really appreciate you coming on, man. It's been awesome.
Thank you. Yeah, thanks, bro.
All right,
Sounds been
brother.
good.
Well, time to
Bye,
go to bed,
man.
man. It's been a fucking long one. So
Yes.
you had a lot to fucking tell, bro. I
Yeah.
can
I
tell.
don't
Like,
I don't think anyone's listening anymore. They're falling asleep.
nah, man. The podcast is getting bigger and bigger, and I
Yeah.
hope everyone likes and subscribes. I gotta fucking say this bullshit, but I hope everyone likes and subscribes so everyone can, even the people that don't know about graffiti can listen to it. And the algorithm, unfortunately, goes by subscribes and likes.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
if everyone does it, more
Yeah,
people
that's it,
listen to
man.
it, and
Yeah, jump
then
on board, eh?
yeah, and then maybe I can get a better camera than the fucking shit that I'm in running on now.
Yeah, that's it. Come on, boys, run up the views. Yeah,
Yeah,
run up
that's
the
it, bro.
views. Yeah.
So appreciate it, man.
Yeah.
Avoid one. Thank
No
you very
worries.
much.
Thanks, bro. Thank you.